Yo, what's good? What's good? What's up, everyone? It's the man, your guy, J. Adams, man. What's going on with everybody, man? What's going on with everybody, man? It's your man, J. Adams, man. Back at you, man. Again with West Coast Heavies TV podcast, man, on the Biz Entertainment Network. What's up, West Coast? What's up, Midwest? Down south, I see you. East Coast, what up? Free game Sunday, man. Y'all know what it is. Free game Sunday, y'all. And what you do with it is all up to you. But it's free today and each and every Sunday on the West Coast Heavies TV podcast. Live on the Biz Entertainment Network, man. It's like we always do about this time,
That's
man.
hot. Free game Sunday, that's hot. I like it.
Man, you like that, huh? You like that, man. We've been in the lab working. Yes, sir. Free game Sunday, man. Live on the Biz Entertainment Network, man. West Coast Heavy TV podcast. You know what it is. You know what it is, man. You see us, man. Find us, the Biz Entertainment Network, man, on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe, man. Subscribe, man. Share the love, man. Share the love, man. Bring in my man, co-host, our program director, man, and the other half, man, A5 Productions and hit producer, man, my man Todd Smith. Todd, how you doing, man? How was your week last week?
Man, I'm doing fabulous. How are you, bro?
Man, I'm doing great, man. Great, man. Another great Sunday, man.
Yes, sir.
Weather is kind of gloomy earlier, man, but the sun is out right now, man. Feeling good, man. Feeling good this Sunday, man. So how was your week, brother?
Man, my week was incredible, bro. Like, same as always, man. Just out here making the beats, handling some business, chopping it up with you, learning stuff every time I do.
That's what's
up. Family's doing good. Everybody's doing good. So I can't complain, bro.
Yeah, man. That's good, man. That's good, man. Highlights, man, for me, man. You know what I'm saying? The family as well, man. Gearing up and networking, man. Getting ready for this Atlantic Records A&R Conference Series, man. Really happy about that, man, because not everybody is the same. Not everybody works their business the same, man. But that dude, shout out, man, the CEO Saint, man, over there, man, A&R at Atlantic, man. It's a good guy, man. Real honest opinion, real straight shooter, man. Real positive vibe, man. Very encouraging dude, man. And of course, man, what we got going on, man, was happy week for me. Last week, man, with the Urban Network Television. And you know what we got going on, man, with A5 Productions, man. I'm very, very pleased to be in this part of my career, man, of even talking about a $3 to $5 million deal, man, being in a position to raise this capital, man, and really get to the bag, man, and open up doors for, of course, man, what we got going on in the Midwest, what we got going on out here in the South, and also, man, on the West Coast, man. So I'm just really excited about that, man. We're going to get into today, man. We really want to hit this. You know, we've been going over the topic, man, artist development. It's real big for me because it's something that I'm actually dealing with right now with some artists. You know what I'm saying? It's very important of your outlook on artist development, and you can take it how you want to take it, but branding is very important. And if you really don't know the definition of branding, go look it up, but I'll just give you a short synopsis. Branding is really about how others and how companies see you as a business. You know, like when I started in 2009 saying J. Adams, the brand, that's not my name. You know, I was rebranding myself. You know me in the streets. My name is Lil Spud. If you know me as a rapper, I'm a Shorty Smalls. He has an identity. So who was this new business guy that was now doing shows for the NFL and producing live concerts? J. Adams, the brand. Joseph is my first name. Adam is my middle name. We came up with J. Adams, the brand. What am I known for? Producing great shows, producing great content. That's what I was doing in 2009 when I came up with that. Now, today, that's what I'm known for. Producing shows, content, marketing. So when people look at me, they look at me as a show executive producer. That's the main thing that I do outside of all my industry music stuff. So, artists, your brand can be affected positively. It can be affected negatively, just as we're going to get into later, Kanye West, if any of that really matters, and it does matter. So we want to get into, man, what's going on, the reports that have come out, man. We want to talk about, as we know, is a big superstar, Mr. Drake. You know what I'm saying? Man, I just heard a bing. I saw somebody came in, but hey, man, you know where to chime into, man. West Coast Heavies TV podcast.
Right.
Live on YouTube, man, the Biz Entertainment Network, man. So let's get right into it, man. Let's get right into what is going on, what's in the news lately, man, with Mr. Drake, man. I'll let you go ahead and bring that in, Todd, about what we're gonna be talking about as Biz brings it up on the screen. So let's get into that, man. What's Drake in the news for this week?
Well, Drake's trending right now for painting his fingernails yellow.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Mr. Superstar Drake.
Yeah.
Man, so I'm just gonna keep it real. I'm gonna ask you, man. You know, so you brought this up, man.
Yeah.
Pre-production, man. You know, we were all backstage. You brought it up. Why do artists do this today, man? Why do they do this today? What's up with this?
I don't know. I mean, that's never been fashionable in my world. You know what I mean? For men to paint their fingernails and stuff. I don't get it.
Me personally, I think it has a little bit to do with, and I could be wrong, but from a management standpoint, a marketing standpoint, I always like to think if I was in Drake's camp. I think a lot of things today, man, is attention. Boosie's in the news this week because of what he said about Gunna.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? TMZ caught him. That interview clips of that went viral.
But was he wrong? Was he wrong? Was he wrong? Boosie? Was Boosie wrong?
Yeah, Boosie, man. I don't know if you heard about the thing with Gunna this week, man, but they caught him in an interview. So I'm saying with that, how viral that rap thing went.
Right.
You know, this is gonna catch attention. I mean, it looks like he might have been in a I don't know, was Drake in an interview? I mean, was he in a video? I see his shirt with state property on it. He's got his nails, he's holding the iPhone. You know, but I noticed something else, man. You know, I look at the iPhone, I look at the nails, I think that's yellow, some blue. I like to always say it's all about attention. That's just me. Yeah. What's trending, I always try to think about from that standpoint if I was in Boosie's camp. I think Drake, the Boosies of the world, the Lil Yachty's, Young Thug was good for it. A lot of these dudes, I can name more. Kanye West is great at it. A lot of these guys are great at creating attention around their brand. And they might not even think about it that deep. But from a branding standpoint, how I look at it, if I was on their camp, like, this is a great thing. I mean, we're talking about Drake again. We're either talking about something Drake is eating. Somebody had Drake. Lil Yachty was trying to sell a pizza that Drake bid on for $500,000. Now we're looking at Drake's fingernails.
Right.
Whether it's his music, whether it's he's at a game, that's part of his superstardom, his power. We're always talking about Drake. I think he's one of the best at it. I think it's great marketing for his music. And I can hear all my homies and all my fans of the show and all my people, Jay Adams Camp, saying, man, you is flipping crazy. That's some weird shit. But y'all not really looking at the numbers it creates, man, the impressions it creates, the Instagram impressions, the TikTok impressions. Like, it's all about how much he charges your ass to get up on that stage, man. This, whether you like it or not, it adds to his value. It adds to his market value. That's how I see it. You know, I would love if people would call in and tap in.
I want to hear what the people think, man.
I want to hear what the people think because I think it's very interesting and I think it's brilliant, actually. I mean, I'm not going to put on any fingernail polish to bring more attention to the podcast. But You know, I was told by a OG man, OG Alonzo told me when it comes to music, you either have to be your hooks got to be funny, you know, nasty and raunchy, or dangerous. You know, it's like what brings attention to you. You know, Drake ain't no gangster, but he got the songs with 21 Savage, make you think he's a gangster.
Right.
I just think Drake's great at it, and I don't know if it's his team and Drake, but I just know all of the social media flair that it causes. I was his manager, brand manager. It's great for the brand. I'm going after the nail polish company right now. I've already sent them a proposal.
So let me ask you this, since we're talking about artist development today, is Drake the greatest developed artist in the music history?
No, Michael Jackson is, but
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson is me. I mean that's just me. But I think
Drake's rival on Michael Jackson.
Man, you making my blood. You making me getting a little warm over here, man. It's like, you know, Drake is really creeping in on that, man. But Mike is an icon to me. But I believe the Pepsi Cola shit, the way they ran that was bullshit. You know, when Mike's hair caught on fire. I mean,
right. I remember that.
About that today.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Today. But I do have to give it to you, man. Drake is a close second in my mind. You know what I'm saying? Because as you look at our thumbnail with Jake's painted nails gets the internet in an uproar. You god doggone Skippy, man.
Well, I'll give you the edge on this. Michael Jackson didn't have the benefit of social media. Michael Jackson had to make magazines and newspapers talk about him, and those didn't come out, but you know, quarterly, once a month, once a week with the newspapers. You know, MTV kind of helped him out a little bit, but Drake's got the benefit of social media, like this post, you know, going viral. He's got TV, he's got radio, he's got everybody talking about him, whereas Michael just had the radio and maybe TV and some printed stuff. He didn't have the social media. So
yeah,
I'll give you that.
I think I told you guys, man. I think we talked about this, man. You know, Drake is in my power book of artists to work with, and I'm very close to accomplishing that. Whether, you know, my company takes the contract or not is here nor there. I just respect what he's doing, and what I can tell you is, the Million Plus, the team I was working with, offered him. He was able. I mean, this dude is turning down $1 million deals. I can tell you that for a fact. So whatever Drake is doing. This is what I'm saying. I know I'm looking at my phone now. I wish I would call into the, you know what I'm saying, tap into the show and ask the question live so we could talk about it. But I'm looking at my phone now and I'm like, I know you guys are saying I'm crazy, but I'm thinking as a marketing director, like this is what, you know, like I'm in the trenches with this. And I never thought I would see somebody turn down a $1.5 million deal, but Dre is turning those kind of deals down. So something he is doing, man. And like Todd said, to his credit, the benefit of the internet, like, man, I can't put him on my Michael Jackson Mount Rushmore yet, but you might have me there by the end of the show, man. But it's definitely the nails. I mean, come on, man. You got trying to sell a pizza's bitten slice for $500,000. If Drake ain't the man of branding and marketing, then I don't know who is, man, because he's got me wanting to work with him and countless others, and people want to. I wouldn't care what Drake's concert tickets sold for. They gonna get bought.
Yeah, they are.
Period. Point blank. They're going to get bought. You're gonna buy merchandise. The man can make a piece of doo-doo with his face on it, and it can smell like doo-doo when you squeeze it. You gonna buy it.
So, just to give you guys some content on this. It says Drake nails painted. This is what's came out. It says it seems like painted nails is becoming quite the trend among male celebrities, and Drake has hopped on the bandwagon. Some fans couldn't believe their eyes, and commented with a bunch of surprising emojis saying like, "Not you too, Drake, bruh." Another fan even joked, "Hey Drake, can you do my nails too?" And someone else chimed in saying, Drake is the type of guy to paint his nails yellow. This is not groundbreaking at all, people. people like Tyler the Creator, ASAP Rocky, Kid Cudi, Lil Nas X, and Machine Gun Kelly have already. But you and I'll go ahead and let's see if there's a well. I want to say majority of those artists that they mentioned in that little thing, they're gay. But we can keep like Tyler the Creator, he's bi. ASAP Rocky, he's straight. Kid Cudi, that's questionable. Lil Nas X, we know what that is, and Machine Gun Kelly. So, but the article goes on to say that, but that's not all that has been going on in Drake's world lately. He's recently caught everyone's attention with a flirty exchange on Instagram with their model, Corinne Koff. It all went down when he was promoting a $1 million giveaway with a betting company. During the announcement, he hinted at giving a foot massage during the live streams talking about a girl. So apparently this is like something that Drake's just doing for the fuck of it. He doesn't care. He's obviously has joined on the bandwagon. But we know that, you can see now that his fans don't even like it. So what happens in your brand when your fans stop liking your work? When they starting to pull away from you, when they starting to see shit like this and they're like, what, you with the agenda too? Right? What happens? And I think as a brand, I don't know. I think that's something that we all have to look at. Do we want our brand to tend to change? Or do we want our brand to just be built around us? Well, at Drake's level, you can kind of give a fuck, right? When you're worth 400 million, 500 million, how much Drake's worth? Let me see how much.
Yeah,
Drake
I don't think that at this junction, I think Drake controls his own trajectory unless he does something crazy. I mean,
he makes so he has a network of $250 million, right? So you can kind of like paint your nails if you want, even if your fans don't fuck with you no more. You got the money to make new fans, right? But I think that's that. Now you just manipulated your fans in a way, like you just hurted your fans who've been down with you from the get-go, right? And I get it, people do change throughout time, but like, did he hurt his fans? And is that something you want for your brand as an artist or an entertainment company? Is it where I'm gonna get to 300 million and I'm gonna just say fuck it, just like QC did? QC said after they got their 300 million, they were good. They got the fuck up out of there. You get what I mean?
Well, I don't really think Drake is on that level because I mean he has been in this since he's been a child. I just think what happens though, you have to really realize when you get on Drake's level. I was talking to a lady last night, man. I'm hoping to get her on the show. I don't know. A lot of people in this music business have had so many bad experiences. They don't even want to talk about music with me. But she was at Sony for 8 years. And I was talking to her last night. And I'm sure she would say this. The air gets so thin when you get up there. His fans won't ever understand that. They've never been there. Right. The air gets so thin when you're up there. When air is thin, anybody who's been to mountain peaks know your brain starts tripping. You got to think differently. You got different oxygen levels. You got to adjust that. Just ask my Lakers. Altitude matters, man. When you're up there, that's why I don't knock nobody and judge nobody because I've seen this. I've been there. I think on Drake's level where Drake is at, I just honestly believe, because there's nothing new about him painting his nails. I mean, that's nothing new. Like, there's just named so many of them who have done it. Mm-hmm. But I really just think on Drake's level, I still think it's about.
Don't forget, 4 out of 5 of those that we mentioned were.
Yeah, but I don't even want to go that far. I'm not going to go that far with it. The only thing that I always like to say, I speak on what I know. The air gets thin up there. The gay stuff, I don't know nothing about that. But what I'm saying is, I don't think it's going to affect Drake's brand. You know what I mean? I just don't think that. I don't think that. I could be wrong. I would love to see the case studies, what his fans is really saying, like out of 100, because I really just don't think. I don't think it's going to affect his brand. Like I said, I could be wrong, but I really just don't think that. I don't understand it. I don't get it. I wouldn't want to do it. But then there's so much weird stuff happening today, man. And at the end of the day, I'm just on the brand management side. I'm seeing it equal to money. Now, if it is some funny stuff, then like I say, man, I don't have conversations about that because I'm not with none of that. But
Right.
I'm just saying how I looked at it when I first saw it from a brand management standpoint. Now, if all of these dudes are making a conscientious decision to do some weird stuff, like, I'm gonna be very clean when I say this, but I had one dude, man, look, man, it's some weird stuff that goes on in this business, man. Like, I'm not a secretary, so I'm not held to secrets. Like I was told last night, a secretary is held to secrets. That's why this lady said she's really not gonna talk to me. I mean, on camera, but she told me a lot of stuff last night. But what I will say is, there's a lot of weird stuff that goes on, man. If this is some weird stuff, then that's on a whole nother level. I'm wrong. I was looking at it wrong, but I'm looking at it from a brand management standpoint. What I know this dude is worth, what I know this dude is charging. You know, I looked at it like, man, that was a great. I mean, come on, man. He's caught because I mean, just think about who took the picture. Whoever. I mean, then they caught him holding a. I mean, is this even new? I mean, come on, let me look at my phone real quick. Is that even the new iPhone? I mean, it's like an old ass iPhone. Okay, maybe that's the new one. I don't see the circle at the top. See, I look at all that stuff, man. It's like, is that even a new picture? Because it sure ain't the new iPhone. So, you know, me, man, maybe I need to take off my marketing hat and just put my weird hat on. But when I'm looking at it like, okay, Boosie was killing the internet this week. I need some of that. Because Boosie was killing them with that. It's a few gunners right there. He chasing rats, and we in New York right now with a bunch of gunners. I mean, that shit killed the internet. It's great for one of my artists because, you know, this video is really going to blow up. Maybe Drake wanted some of that. Maybe his people. I don't know who released it. See, it's a whole lot of things, man.
But here's something else with that is he's about to appear in the episode of Dave, Lil Dicky's TV show on Hulu and FX. And I was wondering if maybe this was some sort of publicity stuff for that.
Man, Gail, within the loop, man. I wish I had got Gail on for this one, man. If I know we was doing this, man. Shout out to my people, man. My new clients over at Loop in LA, man. My girl Gail, man. Tons of industry experience, man. But she would have loved this one, man. Mm-hmm. But because I mean, man, I love to analyze what we're doing, man. I'm looking at it one way. Biz saw something completely different. Ty's chiming in with his. I love this because I'm trying to be as positive as possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just looking at it from a marketing branding standpoint. But if it's on some weird stuff, man, then I wish people would. I really want people to chime in on this one, man, because that's just very interesting to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop short of the Illuminati angle of that.
Hey, man, well, you know, I'm always Mr. Conspiracy Theory, but I've been trying to. I got the Steve Harvey effect problem. He always said we would get this being around him. So as the host, you can say whatever you want to say. Biz can say whatever you want to say, but as Jay Adams, the brand, the host of the West Coast Heavies TV podcast, I'm like Steve said I would be one day if I kept going. As we're talking about this, in my mind, I'm thinking about my sponsors.
Right.
The ones I may lose if I say something wrong. I'm keeping it 100.
So
I'm being very politically correct right now. I'm just going to be honest. So I kept it, the market. I kept it with stuff that I know about. You know what I'm saying? Marketing.
We'll keep it real simple, Jay.
Yeah.
He got a lot of clicks, a lot of heat off of one picture.
Off of one picture, man. We talking
so that as a manager of musicians, we can only hope that one of our artists gets that much heat off of one picture. Off of one picture. You know what I mean? So we'll keep it super positive with that.
Shout out to my boy, man, Blick the producer, man. He just tagged me on my text, man. He said, man, you lucky I'm not in this session right now because I would hit the show and blow it up right now. You know that's some gay ass. Man, hey, Blick. Hey, I wish you wasn't in that session, man, and you can hit right now.
Hey, Blick is on
I would love for you to go off on that one, bro.
So I ain't gonna disagree with him because that's the first thing I thought.
Hey, I would love it, but I know, man, he in one right now, man. Yeah. Shout out to Ty Dolla $ign, man, all my people over there, man. Blick Nim is cutting some hot ass tracks right now. But he's like, man, you is lucky right now. Yeah. I can't tap into the show. I ain't lucky. I wish you could. You can say what I can't say. And
I'm always talking about if he loses any of his fans, it's going to be the fans that see it that way. You know what I mean?
Come on now.
And then you know,
That's such a good one, though.
yeah. I mean,
Oh,
I can't disagree with bro on that one. I mean, that's kind of how I see it. I was just being nice about it, trying to take
hey man, hey, you're not in my shoes, bro. You're not in my shoes. You know
that was kind of how
bad
I was
cop, man. I gotta be the good cop. You can be the bad cop. It's all good. I gotta
that
be.
was kind of how I was going on the beginning when I said, when was that fashionable?
Hey,
Start
man.
painting your nails. You know what I mean?
Man. Hey, nowhere in my neighborhood.
Not in the streets.
Not in the streets,
son.
Bro. We still bro. We ran the rappers coming out of Compton that was wearing skinny jeans.
Right.
We ran them up out the music industry. So it's just certain things we ain't gonna accept, especially on the east side. You know what I'm saying? So hey, it ain't never fashionable for that, but you know, I can't say
now, that's that Calabasas stuff right there, buddy.
You know, I gotta leave that. I gotta leave that in Calabasas with my people out there, man. Shout out to all my Calabasas folks, man. I love y'all, but I'm just not with that, man. You ain't painting my nails. You know, I ain't with none of that, man. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm paint free.
Hey, but that was a good one,
for
man.
the ladies.
Hey, that was a good one, man. On West Coast Heavies TV podcast, man. Your man J. Adams, man. Todd Smith, man. Biz Entertainment Network. You know what it is. Like, share, subscribe, man. Tap in with us, man. Hey, man. Now something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, and I can basically say what I want to say on this, man. Let's get to that doggone Trey Songz, and his ass done got himself caught up in some more. And this time, woo! Hey, man, it might cost him some serious dollars, baby. Some serious dollars.
Well, as a famous person, you got to kind of watch out what you do. You know what I mean? You just can't do whatever you feel like doing because
at all times
you have a lotto ticket in the form of a bank account that most people don't have. So whenever you fuck up,
speak it.
People are going to try to cash in that lotto ticket.
Speak it, man. So what's going on right now, man? We got Rolling Stones magazine. That's major.
Yeah, that's one of the that's the major music magazine of all time. Probably is Rolling Stone.
Yes, man. That's Rolling Stone magazine.
So
Trey Songz, 10 million.
So what do you do? What do you do? He grabbed some girl's boobs and then kind of pulled her shirt up and flashed everybody her tits. Is that what happened?
Ezekiel Elliott. He did an Ezekiel Elliott. He pulled an Ezekiel Elliott. Let me see them things, girl. Boom, boom.
Hey, you know, I'm just happy Trey Songz is in the titties. That's all I'm gonna say there.
Hey, man. Hey, for real, man. I'm a breast man myself.
Yeah.
My thing of it is, bro. This right here, though. This right here with all the other stuff my man has been in the news with, bro. This is what I really want to tell brothers, man, like this, man. If he's out here doing this kind of stuff, they probably gonna hit him in his pockets this time. That's Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah, his pockets are gonna be lighter after this, for sure.
Yeah, man, because Rolling Stone normally don't publish stuff, man, that ain't really going down. You know, they vet everything. It's Rolling Stones magazine, man. But it's the hit Rolling Stones magazine, man. I pretty much could say it might be a little rough on Trey Songz' pockets.
Yeah.
It might be like the game. He might be sending his homeboy all his money and hiding his cars because he may have a situation. Trey Songz accuser sues singer 10 million for grabbing and flashing her breasts at pool party. Like, bro, what's wrong with you?
Do they got a picture of the accuser? Because I need to see her.
Do you need a peel? Man, what is she looking like?
Yeah.
Man, that is the woman alleges Songz ripped off her bathing suit top and it's dang, bro, and exposed her at a Connecticut casino. 2013. Hey, I'm telling you, man, the Wolves.
That's 2013?
The Wolves, yeah, bro, but the Wolves is out.
Jesus.
Man, Trey
That's 10 years
ago. The news so much with this kind of stuff.
I bet Trey Songz don't even remember this incident.
Hey, I bet you he gonna remember though when he get in that courtroom though.
He probably that's probably the only time he's ever seen this lady in his life.
Yeah, he gonna recall it then though. He gonna recall it then, baby boy. I guarantee you that one. He gonna remember that. Because,
I just don't get how. I mean, this is just me. I mean, how are you gonna wait that long to come back on somebody for something? If it offended you that bad to where you want to sue somebody, How come you didn't do it immediately?
I say that too, man, off the top. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean?
I say that too off the top. But see, now this comes down to what we're talking about, man. This comes down to why I would not want to manage him, brand management, project management, personal management, or nothing.
Right.
I would not want Trey Songz as a client because it's obviously I can't control you, I can't advise you, I can't counsel you. Because you keep getting yourself caught up, man. And now you've gotten yourself caught up where, because you get, now mind you, bro, now just remember this, right? When you file a lawsuit and it gets stamped by the clerk wherever you send it, you have to understand there is a process, right? So this means whoever she hired as an attorney, you have to understand the process of the law, man. Somebody thought that this was a good enough case 10 years ago.
Yeah.
To file this.
Yeah.
That's kind of dangerous, man. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's 10 years ago.
Yeah, it is.
Because you got to go through the process. Somebody had to type this out. Got to be sent to the clerk's office. Clerk got to read it.
I'm curious if this was like a date or if this was just some random girl at the party. You know what I mean?
No, bro.
So what happened was the chick was at a event that they were at, and she was backstage, and they were in the tent, and according to her, he exposed her titties and flashed them in front of everybody, and now she went to a lawyer, blase blase, and now she's suing for 10 million. 10 million.
10 years ago, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't get that. Like $10
million each year of her long suffering.
Right. So, I mean, I can understand her going to the police and then the process maybe taking a couple years, but 10 years that's a long ass time to come back on somebody for that. I just can't wrap my brain around why it took her 10 years to get to suing this guy. And don't get me wrong, I'm not condoning by any means. I'm not condoning the action of doing that if she wasn't with it. You know what I mean? She's telling you to stop, you stop. You know what I mean? But at the same point in time, 10 years is a long-ass time to come after somebody on this.
Well, I think we all know with social media, man, and I think we all know right now that when we're talking about 10 years, I think, come on, man, we got to be honest, man. I would love somebody to come in. This is another great topic, man. I would love.
I wish we had a legal person to be able to come on and tell us this.
Well, yeah, because I mean, we all know, man. It's not about the act no more. It's 10 years. We know what it's about.
Right.
About what I just said as his manager. How I was looking at it. You in the news for all this other BS, with all these court cases, man.
Yeah.
The wolves is out. Like I said, the wolves is out.
Mm-hmm.
This is 10 years ago. Your brand is being affected. Like Biz said, $1 million a year. It's affecting your brand negatively, man. I don't care what you say. Right. It's going to be hard. That next label deal, we talking about distribution money. But I'm telling you, man, he's affecting his brand. And that's what I would be telling my artists. You are affecting your brand, not in a positive light, because, man, most of your fan base is women anyway. It's like, damn.
Right. That's the other thing is, most of your fan base is going to be women. Who you think's going to lose more fans out of the last two stories, Drake or Trey Songz? I'd say Trey Songz.
Trey Songz going to lose more fans.
Absolutely.
Man. He going around allegedly grabbing on breasts, man, and you know, boom, boom, like he on a motorcycle bike. Because the story said he ripped it off. You know, man, I'm telling you, man, writers is great. You know, we all love thesauruses, synonyms, you know. What's the same word for take off? And look at the different words. They said ripped.
Yeah. When you rip, that means you did it violently.
Yeah, baby.
That's a violent action.
That's all I'm saying, man. Yeah, violent action, bro.
Yeah.
Hurt your brand, very harmful to your brand.
Man,
very unnecessary. You're not recognizing the label you own, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not recognizing the level you own, I mean. And it's just very unnecessary. Because I'm always going to be looking at it from the business standpoint, man. We're talking about branding today. We're talking about artist development. I think a lot of people get it twisted. It's not just developing it, it's maintaining it. You know, your brand has to be maintained.
So we got a song with Trey Songz. Now that's going to hurt us a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just a little bit, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean, there's too many cases right now for me to count, but I know at least 3 of them that's been in the news. This is like the 4th one I've heard. I don't know how many is out there, but I know I've heard of this. Makes my 4th time hearing this.
Wow.
It's a lot of money, man. 10 million, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really, I've always said, man, I pray for all these young brothers, man. I really just pray he get his mind right, whatever he got going on. I mean, you Trey Songz, man. You got to do is just be like, you just blow on her ear, and even if you did say, "I want you," she gonna hear, "I want you," and I mean, goddamn, I mean, come on, you Trey Songz,
right?
I don't get it, you know what I'm saying? But really sad, man. But yeah, man, $10 million, man, for grabbing and flashing her breast at a pool party, man. Reported by Rolling Stones, man. It's kind of big. Let's talk about it, man. I've been happy about this since I heard it, man. My man Yeezy back in the news.
I love Kanye West, bro. I love his music. I love the fact that he's weird. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Everything about Kanye West is just fascinating to me. Like, there's nothing that he does that I'm like surprised by. You know what I mean? And I kind of like that. I kind of like that about bro. But with the Yeezy thing, man, Adidas tried to do him wrong. They tried to sell all of his product and not cut him in on it. I mean, it's dude's brand. Just because you got $600 million worth of his shit sitting around doesn't mean you can't pay the guy. So good for Yeezy to go in there and make him pay him.
Yeah, I'm glad his team got to that, man. It always blows my mind when they do that, man. And I don't like to make this what it is. It's just business. Like
so according to I was gonna bring the article up right quick, just so we have some context. But according to the article, let me just a little thing I want to hit on with the situation with Drake. I didn't get to hit on that. I think it's gay. Also, the hit on the situation with Trey Songz.
That was Biz on the Biz Entertainment Network. Amen.
Yeah, nigga is, man. Look, I always had a vendetta, right? And my vendetta was to take Drake's spot, right? Because I feel like that's a person that's not a gangster. You said it earlier. I don't see how you said it earlier, Jay Adams. You said he not a gangster, but he riding with 21.
Yeah, he ain't.
And
a
I'm
gangster,
like, right. So, and me said that, okay, that's judging, right? That could be a form of judging, saying that he's not a gangster, right?
Man, that's not judging, man. That's what stuff I know. That ain't
but me saying he gay is judging.
Little Degrassi is not no gangster.
Yeah.
Come on.
He was in a wheelchair, bro.
Give him a break, Biz. Biz, give him a break. I'm just saying, I do believe that Drake is flamboyant. Now, whether that, because after a while, now is he flamboyant for painting his nails? No, there's a lot of straight dudes that paint their nails. I was watching a TV show the other day where this rocker dude had his nails like pitch black. You know what I mean? He had a whole dress on and shit. He was a rocker, right? So I get it. You know what I mean? I know there's people that do it and there's people that don't. So I'm not, claiming, I'm just, being triggering. But does this make him look like he's pushing an agenda? Yes. Does this represent his brand pretty awkwardly? Yes. Right? But now, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a lot of other niggas around here starting to wear different color nails. I mean, think about Cameron. Remember when Cameron wore the pink jacket?
Yeah.
Everybody was like, oh!
That's pimpalicious, though. That's pimpalicious.
Yeah. They could say paint your nails is pimpalicious.
No, bro.
Nah.
Kids would have long fingernails on the pinky. Yeah. Because when you wear your pinky ring, it's snorted to cocaine.
Look. I get you, right? I get you.
Yeah.
Just like you said, nah, bro, that don't make no sense, nigga. Nah, bro, right?
So Biz, do you think that is Illuminati?
Well, okay, first they could say the same thing about motherfuckers wearing nails, right? They're a little flamboyant, but a motherfucker like me, like, nah, I know a gang of rockers who have different color nails, and these motherfuckers got bitches all day, right? They fucking, right? I'm not saying that they bi or whatever. I'm just saying like they got females, they're not gay, right? But is a motherfucker fashion representing who he is? You know, I mean, a lot of times, yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of times, yeah, it does. Now, whether I think it's a part of a cult entity or a certain group of people who wants to push a narrative onto society, yeah, I could see that. I could see how that could be, you know, play a part. But if a secret organization they're not secret. It's not a secret organization. They're out there, right? And I went deep into the whole Illuminati thing. Like I went deep into that shit, right? I went all deep into it.
Like I know that they want to get every male member feminized.
Well,
to a certain extent, not to where they're feminine.
Wait.
They want pictures of them, and they want them out in public looking feminine to embarrass themselves. Kind of keep them in line.
Okay, let me tell y'all something. All right, look. All right, see, this is where the part of the show, when Biz come in, part of the show has to be, we have to make it, we have to clip it off because we wanted to, that people got to pay for. Now, what I'm about to say now, if you're watching this right now, people, this will be your only times hearing what I'm about to say or seeing. Tomorrow morning, this part of the show will be clipped and put into the Patreon. So if you guys want more of this, you guys can get it from the Patreon on Jay Adams Patreon. Go ahead, pay your $3 to $5. It's there for you. But that's the Baphomet. The Baphomet, the Baal, all those fucking weird sex gods are the ones that preys on the innocent and weak like this. Right? We can always say that, oh yeah, it's a part of, it's Illuminati, Well, Freemasonry would be like an umbrella, right? And you have all these different branches up under the Freemasonry card or whatever, right? The Baha's, the Baal, the different, you got all type of, right? But what I'm saying is, we have to understand what it is that we're seeing. We have to understand what it is that we're looking at. And a lot of people don't, man. A lot of people don't know what they're looking at. Like a lot of people sacrificing their kids and not even know that you're sacrificing your kids to a certain spirit just because you let them do certain things, let them maneuver a certain way. You let them think a certain way. Now they take on a certain spirit, which is matches the agenda of what they want. So now you have all these fucking doctors saying that your child needs to have a transgender clause because if you don't give your child that, they're going to be fucking suicidal when they get older. And that's bullshit. When 90% of the kids that goes through that ordeal, when they get older, they revert back. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. I've done a whole fucking episode on it about how these transgender kids revert back. My whole point is that whether we like it or not, a lot of these organizations are pushed to present a certain narrative. And us as society, if we don't choose to see it and correct or say, I'm not going to let my child indulge in that, or I'm not going to let my people, I'm not going to bring that in my home. And that's where it is. It starts in the home in the sense where we allow certain things to be talked about in the home, or we allow certain things to be said in the home, and you bring it on different spirits in your house. You know what I mean? Like when you that's what it is. A lot of people don't know, but when we think certain things, we bring on certain spirits in our house. We start taking on certain things, a certain thought process. It's a spirit, right? That's a certain way of thinking. That's a spirit. And a lot of people don't like the spirit of getting money. Niggas got the spirit of, we talk about that shit all day, right? We talk about it all day, but like it's the spirit of like doing things. You know what I mean? Like, thanks, babe. It's the spirit of doing things. So like if we don't know and we don't like consume to like, what's our nature, right? What's the okay, I won't let nothing in my home if I feel like it's not progressive. If it adds no value in my home, we don't talk, think, move, operate. We pay no fucking attention to it. And a lot of people, they don't have that. They're, you know what I mean? Like they're doomed to be receptive to the whole Drake wearing nails, and now they're like, well, fuck Drake, boy, so I'm gonna wear nails. Trey
But
Songz
but you look
grab
at
the
it,
look, Trey Songz grab the bitch by the titty. I'm gonna grab a bitch by the titty. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? There are people really dumb like that out. You know what I mean? In life, they don't have no backbone. So, but go ahead, Jay. My bad.
man, you done cost my point. I don't already forgot my point. I don't even remember no more. You got me. Y'all got me stuck on this Illuminati stuff.
Right.
I done
My
lost.
bad.
You know, I don't think it's an Illuminati thing though. Like, I don't. I think it's a certain group of people who identify as a certain thing, and they choose to move a certain narrative. Now, it just so happened that that group of people have a lot of fucking money. You know what I mean? That's the difference. That's the fucking difference. They got a lot of fucking money, right? And having that money, you're able to maneuver certain things and change the media. Did y'all know for every one professor who is a Republican, there's 11 who are Democrats? Professor.
Talking about professor in what?
College?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would agree with that because they're a union. Most unions are Democrat by nature.
Which tells you what? A certain narrative. Like, there's a certain narrative that's being propped for.
So,
Democracy
so
is key.
when we get off here, I'm gonna find a video for you, and I'm gonna send it to you about this same issue. KGB agent got interviewed back in the 70s about how they were going to systematically destroy this country.
Yep.
And they already got their first wave in there, and it was through the teaching of our children. And they were going to put teachers in place and stuff like that to push that narrative.
I saw it.
Okay.
Yep.
So you know what I'm talking about then.
But people aren't conscious of that. People would tell you, Todd, that's bullshit. Todd,
it's not bullshit because when you go to school, they push narratives all the time in school.
No, I'm with you.
You know what I mean? We've all been to school. There's been stuff that they talk about we don't agree with. You know, but
look, people hark on Andrew Tate. I fucks with Andrew Tate. You know why? Because Andrew Tate will let a motherfucker know a lot of you niggas is pussies. And it's true. But no, everybody's scared to say this shit. You know what I mean? Everybody's scared to say it. Nobody wants to like be straight up and say what most people don't want to say. If two motherfuckers came over and invaded our ass right now, we would get the dog living shit beat out of us. You know what I mean? Like, America, half of us, you know what I mean? No pun intended, but half of us is overweight, right? I'm talking about the average American. So we're battling with China or these other countries. They whooping our ass, right? We have it so good in America. And like you said, Todd, these people have put things in our schools to teach a certain narrative that got us thinking a certain way, like as if we got it all. Wow. So now we just spoiled in this motherfucker. And we don't really understand how to maneuver life because for every 2 Americans, there's 5 international people to exceed that, right? Because they come from a different culture of life, a different thought process. You get what I mean? Like, I mean, it's fucked up, but that's why I fuck with cats like Andrew Tate because of that. You know what I mean? Because he's not afraid to say, no, men have to build their value, and we have to stop being pussies to the system, right? And you know what I mean? Get outside the fucking matrix and handle the fucking job and do what we have to do as men to build and protect and provide and blah, 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 blah. There's no excuse. We can't blame a woman for everything, right? We can get out here blame women for this and that. All right, she don't love me. She don't talk to me. She don't blah, 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 right? But it goes back to, well, what the fuck are you doing? Because a woman's innate ability is to be drawn to the man's, you know what I mean, potential or ambition or his rough, you know what I mean? Like, her innate ability is drawn to that, right? And so it goes back to the man, like, what are we doing to stop these certain narratives going around? You know what I mean? What are we doing to say, like Like, I don't think it's okay for a fucking man to play women's sports. I don't give a fuck if that get me canceled, banned, or whatever. I'll stand 10 toes on that shit. You got me fucked up. Fuck no. You know what I mean? Like, a man should not play women's sports. Y'all saw that MMA fighter get her ass beat in the ring. Did y'all see that shit? By a fucking man. That shit was fucking horrible.
Yeah.
I mean, it made me sick to my stomach.
Yeah.
How is that shit okay?
Today we can't even have conversations about that. Like those are real conversations, man. Because we you know, I was always told, man, you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. And it's like everything can't be relative. Something has to be absolute. And I think in this society, man, we created that. We created like everything is relative, nothing is absolute, and that's just a dangerous society. I always said I saw this coming, but I figured like I'd be in my 70s. As she's saying, man, our children are so distracted with apps and entertainment while theirs are excelling, and it's like but it all comes down to kind of like what Biz says. I'm gonna speak on that because I deal with I have a lot of rich clients, man, and I don't believe God allowed that to happen for any reason. But I've been in a lot of my rich clients, and the crazy thing of it is a lot of them, I'll speak about one family in particular. They're not even from here. They're both of French descent. But they run their household with their children so tight, from the school that they're in to what they do at home, the amount of time they can have on the internet, the books they have to read. I couldn't believe my son at 11 and his son at 11, this dude is already speaking 2 fluid languages. His workload at home was so crazy. This is our fault, man. Like, my bottom line of it is, when it comes to what we do in our homes, that's some real stuff, man. But at the end of the day, if we're not going to be on the same page, see, a lot of times in this society, and this just didn't start yesterday. This is a whole nother show that I want to get into. This is not for today, but she brought this up, and it's a good topic, and it's one close to my heart. You got so many women today that challenge their men, challenge the husband when it comes down to the way the household is ran. And the bottom line of it is, man, I don't see this I'm just saying, this is just me with my clientele. I don't see this with rich people that I deal with. You know, like the rich clients that I have, when it comes down to the husband is the husband, the father is the father. He sets the tone. And what I learned from this one family that I deal with, it's like, damn. Well, most of my homies is getting mad at they girl and they, you know what I'm saying, wife or whatever, and they bouncing. I ain't saying this dude I don't know what he do. Step out, I don't know what he do. All I know is he's there setting the tone. See, we make a decision for our kids to spend so much time on the game, on the phone. I took my kids to work with me yesterday. They were passing out flyers. They were busting their ass. They was walking miles. They came home, they was tired. All of my kids were raised in this entertainment business. They have to work. They don't have no choice because I'm your daddy. And as long as the roof that's over your head is mine, but see, we don't push that envelope a lot, man. Now, that's a whole other subject, like I'm saying, but that will give you a prelude to how I feel, because now that's where I don't bend that. Where when it comes down to the man being the man, I'm just like my grandfather. Now, you could do, you know, like people always know about me. When it comes to the household and you bring that up, you're going to get that from me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the house got to flow on the frequency that the husband sets. Period and point blank. You know, your partner, your wife, y'all partners, man, y'all supposed to work together. But when people always like to say that, I don't like to say ours and theirs. You know, I only like to get into that. It's house hoses, period. Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, what I see on another level, the people I deal with, I'm talking about on their own. The wife rich, the husband rich. They be rich if they wasn't together. They both rich. but she still submits to him as being the father. And this is what the kids do. This is the school load. This is the store load. Man, them kids is 11 years old, man. I don't even think, to be honest, if I had to think right now, I don't think they get a total of 10 hours a week on the internet as far as outside of school. I don't think it's 10 hours. I don't even think it's an hour a day. I'm trying to remember what he told me, but it's so stringent. But then when you look at their 21-year-old daughter, who is like a year old, I mean, she's about to graduate from college early. Because here's what I always tell my kids, man, bottom line. I always go off of my daughters. Both of my, it's like my daughters go to college and finish. My sons can't figure their life out. They like their daddy. They late bloomers. But one thing about me is, one thing I listen to my mama, as bad as I was and as much trouble as I got into, I got myself in college at 19. You know what I'm saying? I was 18. I still got myself in college. A lot of my children, when I look at my daughters, because see, once you get a degree, you can do whatever you want. My point was, knowing how stringent life can be. Oh, Jay, you talking about taking fun away from the kids. Jay, you talking about, man, what I'm just talking about is what I've seen work versus what I've seen at 48 not work. You know what I'm saying? So those are the kind of subjects that I was telling a group of men yesterday. We as men don't talk about enough. What the tribe member brought up, man. We don't talk about that enough, but that's a serious concept for me when it comes to educating these kids. So once again, we got to do better on that. Todd, how do you feel about that?
I think the key point in that whole thing is having the man in the household. A lot of households don't have a man. If they got a man, it's not their kids, so it's not their responsibility, not necessarily their care. Not that all men are like that, but I'd say the vast majority are. So I think definitely the man sometimes the woman has to set the tone, and a lot of times, especially with men, we don't pay attention to the women.
Yes, that's not working though, man. I mean, we got 50 years.
No, it's not working, but what would work is if you stick around.
Yeah, because that's not working, man. We got to change the. We got to change
the culture.
We got to change the culture, man, because
we
that's
got
not
change the culture. As men, if you're gonna knock a woman up, if you're gonna be man enough to lay down with them, you gotta be man enough to take on that responsibility and raise that child. You know what I mean?
And we also have to teach our women that no matter what goes on, don't panic and think you have to run to a system that is set up to conquer and divide as well.
Right.
Come on, that's tribe member right there. Tribe, nation, tribe. Hey, I've been here a while, but my tribe is here. Hey,
nigga. That'll take it to. We can't get in that conversation because for me, that's
6
that's
months
been our
ago.
50 years.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you. Look, this is what the tribe do.
Yeah.
6 months ago, 7 months ago, Riri wouldn't have said that. She would have said, no, well, these niggas is the blaze. But like, you know what I mean? When you go through the tribe, like it was another situation that happened today. I was like, man, the tribe is effective. I gotta. It's been I haven't been here in a while, so it just feels refreshing to hear the tribe members say something that's like, go.
Well, we're gonna go off topic real quick because what Riri said is important. Right? I'm actually working on a documentary about that. I've talked to so many older black men, right? And I'm gonna keep this brief because it's really not a brief subject. But I've studied all the way back to the last 50 years in the black community. And it really all started going bad with the baby boomers, kids. Not the baby boomers, but the baby boomers. So if you study when the baby boomer era was and what happened and why they called that the baby boomer era, we're talking about the start of the welfare system. So we're going all the way back to like 68, 7. You know, we're going all the way back to where the man couldn't be in the house for the woman to get the aid, period and point blank. If man didn't pay his child support, he was going to jail. So you was getting rid of the daddy two ways. You was either locking his ass up or you was definitely pushing his ass out the house. Now, this all really started before the crack epidemic. So even before the crack epidemic, they already systematically had their elbows on us. Like, I don't know how you put so much money in front of a woman and expect her not to take that.
Mhm.
It's just like a rat trap. You take the bait, but you don't die. Your
Mhm.
ass lives zombie mode. You keep
Right.
having babies that come back for more. So it's just a
Right,
Well,
system.
they
right.
give you just
A
enough. They give you
a
just enough.
revolving door, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll share truth. For me, my first daughter, her her dad, I ended up doing the child support, and it was the same thing when you go in there. Unless you give the information, if you don't give this information, then we can't process your application. I was like, damn. So you're gonna force me to tell you that? Okay, because I need help right now. Okay, so anyway, long story short, he was doing the child support. We ended up trying to work it out. He moved back home, and a lot of people was like saying to me, they was like, "Well, what are you doing? What are you talking about? You thinking about canceling child support?" I said, first of all, one, I'm not a liar. Two, I'm not a whore. Three, I'm not gonna run up in some building and act like I don't know who I slept with just for a check. Second of all, why am I going through all of this when they are taking say they were taking $350 every month out of his money, right? Every month I only got $50 because the state was like, well, we've been taking care of your kids, so that most of that money come to us. So why am I gonna, first of all, I don't need nobody, whether they white, black, or whatever, in a robe to tell me how to run my household. Second of all, what are we doing that for? They taking your money, so now you're still taking away from my, because I told the truth that he lives back home. I'm not gonna lie and make up an address and do all that. I'm not doing that. So then, I just had family members that said I was crazy because I went and canceled it. And I was like, oh, to each his own. But I did what I had to do because that's what I felt I needed to do for me. I don't need to be in your system, and I don't need you to tell me how to run my household, and I don't need you to be robbing this man who's trying, because I got caught up in the
Rob
system,
that.
because at that, exactly,
Right.
like
Yeah.
you're robbing him. So in actuality, you're robbing my
Hit that
kids.
like button, people.
Right.
So I went down there. I told him one morning, let's get up. We got up, me, him, and my daughter, and we went down there, and I canceled child support. And you know how many people said I was crazy? I'm like, okay, but I still lived my, you know what I'm saying? I still did what I had to do.
Well, see, salute to you.
Right.
Salute to
Right.
you,
Simon, we got
sister.
Simon.
Uh,
Yo, Jay Adams, we got Simon in here.
what's up,
Good,
Simon?
good guy that
But
comes through. Always show loves. What's up, Simon? Jay Adams show.
What's
West
going
Coast
on?
heavy.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
yeah, we can hear you.
Salute, brother, man. Salute. Yeah,
Hello,
I'm just here to
hello.
show. Yo, yeah. Don't worry. No, I'm just here to show support, man. This is
We talking.
Oh,
We
I
talking
only
about weak men in the household. What do you think about that? Are you a weak man in the household, Simon?
It's kind of funny because when I got married, I took care of everything. So I really have a real
That's what
hard.
wife showed us.
I have a real hard sort of. I think when you get in those positions and you've done it for a number of years, I know you guys might not appreciate my accent, but um, like
No, it's all right.
it's kind of hard to reverse it. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to, especially if it's gone like past the 5 year barrier. It's just really hard to reverse it. Like that's all you do. Like even now that I'm divorced and potentially may meet another partner, mate, or wife, that's just my entry point. Like I can't be weak, and I don't know what weak means. Do you get what I mean? Do you get what I mean? I think that's the conversation in itself. What does weak mean in the household? I don't know if I
What?
missed anything.
Okay. Excuse me. Maybe I'm speaking in Ebonics. Maybe I'm speaking Ebonics or something. But
You always testing me, bro. What's up? What's
I'm just
up?
saying,
Maybe I'm speaking in the bullets. God damn.
but I'm just saying, like weak, like a weak man, weak minded, weak everything, physically, all of that, like a weak man in a household. I was speaking earlier about Andrew Tate, and that's why I was asking, like, what is your version of a weak man? Like, what do you think about weak men in a household, in the house? And like you said, I was doing all the work, and then all of a sudden now my girl taking care of it. So now she's wiping your ass and taking care of the bills, right?
No, that's not what I said. I said I was taking care of her.
No,
Period.
well, what about now?
No, she ain't with me anymore. We're divorced. But
Oh, okay.
no, when we was married, I took care of her. Period. Like, and I meant like
So,
everything. Like, she didn't have to worry about anything. Not our child,
so would you
not her
say?
work, not anything. Like, I took care of everything.
So would you say due to your marriage, it failed because you were a weak man?
No, my marriage failed. I wouldn't even say it failed. It was just like she had a bad pregnancy, and that was it. And ever since
Well,
then, it was over. Do you get what I mean?
yeah,
That's a
Yeah.
whole other subject.
yeah. No. That's a whole
Yeah,
nother.
no,
Yeah, you right.
yeah, I got you
Yeah,
on
that
that.
would. Yeah, I got you on that one.
Yeah.
That would fuck up some shit. You know.
No, I mean, you know, if it,
Don't
yo,
laugh, bro. Why you laugh? I didn't mean to.
no, because no,
That's-
because I can't see it as a bad thing. This is the thing, like we have these conversations like all day about relationships.
Right, you're right.
Most of the time it's like, oh, someone done something to you, you done something to them, and there was some sort of technicality that make you break up. No, that wasn't my situation. What happened is we was perfectly fine, like until she gave birth. And that was it. After she gave birth, it was over. Like in terms of, you know, I don't know what happened. Like
So was it
females are just
postpartum?
wired differently.
I want to know
Yeah,
why your picture look
Postpartum
like.
depression?
she had a really bad birth. Like, so it's like
Yeah.
I could go into it, but it bores a lot of people a lot of the time, and I've spoken about it too many times. But yeah, she had a really bad cesarean section,
Okay.
and she was hormone induced, and that just after it just switched her personality over, you know, so she became a different type of person, and she hasn't really been able to recover from that ever since. So that's why now I'm like a single father, and like I take care of my daughter, but you know I'm still talking to her, but she's, you know, a lot of the time talks gobbledygook, and it's not her fault. You get what I'm saying? Although like we have all these people around us, like the authorities and this, that, the other, that want to tell me that it is her fault, make me be an angry black man and go, oh yeah, she done this to me, she done that to me. But at the end of the day, it's like that's not what it is, because I could see through the woods. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like they didn't really take care of her properly in the hospital. That's what went down. And as a result of it, she's become this next person. And sometimes like that's just how it goes down. You know, like in relationships, like we could always be the angry person, like when someone doesn't do what we want them to do, when we have like an unwritten contract with them. It's like, I'm bringing you to into my house, like, you know, I'm doing all this stuff for you, I'm going out, I'm working, you should be doing this, you should be, and like, yeah, we done all of that. It was like 10 years of it. We was cooperative. She was the most feminine fit person you would ever know on earth. Subtle.
So why you didn't stay with her? Why you didn't work it out?
I couldn't, because she became a danger, you know, to me and my child, to a point where, you know,
Oh, so this is
she
the
did.
second child.
Whoa, don't go there. But no, this is my last.
No. You said
I
she
got
was with
no.
my child.
Yeah, I had one child with her. No, one
Okay,
child.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. And the
So
second child was the one that passed, right?
no. I didn't have two children with her. I had one child with her, and
Right.
she was. I've only been married once, so this is like, but it was the longest relationship I ever had. So it's like 10-year marriage, one child, but the birth was bad. So
Okay.
after the 10-year period of us being married, that's when it went downhill, because it was like after she gave
So,
birth, it became a problem. Like
so,
because yeah.
so when you say she was a danger, how was she a danger?
Oh, she was whooping his ass, huh?
Oh, she was violent.
You crazy, man. What's up?
Oh,
Bam, boom.
No, she wasn't really being a danger to me in that in a
was she
physical sense.
suicidal or?
No, she just used to do stupid shit. Like she'd like talk to strangers and bring them into our house.
Oh wow.
No, was she talking to other dudes, bringing them into the house?
Yeah, Just like total strangers, randoms, like
What the
bringing them into
stranger?
the house.
It was another nigga she was bringing into the house.
No, it's that. No, it's what is she? Um, she was trying to show off the fact. She was trying to show off. Yeah, chill, man. Like she was trying to show off. She was trying to show off the fact that she gave birth. Look, many men don't appreciate this about women. When they give birth to a child, they want to show that child off, like to their friends, their families. Like I did this. Like I was capable
Yeah,
of
ain't nothing
doing
wrong
it.
with that.
After 9 months, right? So she
Ain't nothing wrong with
got
that.
really. She was getting really happy, and then she started taking to the streets, and it's like suddenly like people that weren't in her life, like you get like extra like people in your
Simon,
yeah.
Simon, you gotta slow this shit down for me, bro. I got ADD after a while. I just started hearing
Yeah,
mumbo
no,
jumbo.
talk to me, Albo,
It
whatever.
starts sounding like a
Yeah,
bulldozer. Look, so you telling me that it was after the pregnancy and she had the child that she started seeking to feel fun from other people, right? She wasn't feeling fun from you. She wanted to feel fun from other people, right?
I
And
mean,
so she started
there's
bringing.
an argument
Wait,
in what
wait,
you're
wait. So
saying,
she started bringing these other people into your home, right?
right? Look,
And
look.
were these
Let's.
other were these other people animals? Were they animals?
I'm gonna try and put this into perspective.
No,
You know,
no, no. You
like
gotta answer. Wait. Simon, you went there. Now we're gonna answer the question. Was it animals that she brought into the home?
no, they weren't
Okay,
animals,
okay.
but
Hold on.
they
No,
were they
no.
were they
Okay.
were
Was there any
pheasants.
woman? Wait, was there women she brought into the home?
Yeah,
So she brought women into the home.
men and women. Yeah,
Just
Oh,
random
so,
people.
yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that's how I took it. She was just bringing
Yeah.
random
Oh,
people
so
into the
you
house.
understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
See,
Listen,
Simon, I got you, bro.
I thought you was
Wow, man,
fucking
I'm
cat.
Yeah,
still
I thought
lost, man. Was it
yeah.
a chemical bad? Like,
Biz goes to the far left on shit,
no,
but I
I know
got
where
you.
this is coming from, but I'm just saying
Right.
he's making sense of it because it
Yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
I
But
forgot.
it
I
doesn't
forgot.
make
I
sense.
forgot. I forgot the medical terminology, but like for an example, maybe some people can relate like a current, like some people took the vaccinations and it did people a certain way, right? So
Right.
with women, with any person, there's genetically and how we are. Some of us have certain things, a chemical balance, and some women, when they go into labor, some
Right.
women have a different response to anesthesia, which I'm quite sure she had since she had a C-section. Some
mm,
women respond differently. It's like somebody could smoke weed for the first time and never be the same the rest of their life just because of a chemical. I forgot the medical term for it. And then the postpartum depression kicks in.
Yeah,
And
that's
That's
what
then
I
that
figured.
really
diabetes.
takes them over the edge. I can't recall the medical term for it, and I should. That's terrible. But anyway, that is true. And that's just true with just anybody. And it's not just with childbirth. I had a cousin, a female cousin. She was normal all her life, used to babysit us and everything. And she went through one traumatic thing and never was the same. She never talked the same. She ended up taking medicine and all of this. And it's like to me, it's like a silent gene somewhere that woke up. Like they say,
hmm
everybody got cancer cells. It depends on what triggers it to wake it up.
Right.
Mm,
mm.
mm.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point
Yeah.
because I was thinking postpartum depression, and then she was just kind of depressed with how things was going and was trying to change the situation the best that she knew how
Hmm.
I
without
just
being
think she didn't
treated.
like you. I don't think she was crazy. I just think she didn't like you, Simon. I don't think she was crazy. I think,
No, she loves me. She still calls me. We talk every day.
yeah,
But
that's
I've got to be
good.
logical about the way I speak to her, and I've got to be calculating about the way she speaks to our daughter, because
Wow,
when
yeah.
I say she speaks gobbledygook, it's like she don't know where she is. So she's
She
literally in
speaks
a
gobble. What?
So,
She
so do
speaks
you
turkey.
gobbledygook.
have custody?
Gobbledygook. Yeah, I've got full custody. I have to go through court. I'm a
Okay,
lawyer.
Hold on. This
okay,
nigga
that's
So
said
good.
gobbledygook.
Mhm.
Did you say
gobbledygook.
gobbledygook?
Gobbledygook. Yeah, because she don't know where she is. She's currently locked up. She's in a mental
Hold on.
institution.
Oh,
hey, you know
So
what's
oh,
you know
oh,
what's crazy about this? Is because
oh,
I'm listening to this, right? And I read this
yeah.
article this morning, no lie, about it being like a lupus gene. They found this one girl. She had just had a traumatic experience. She lost her mind. After 2 decades, they did all these tests. Come to find out, kind of like what Reese said, like, you know, like different things released in the body. It was affecting her brain. You know what I mean? Come to find out it came to do with her lupus. Different treatments came. Because, I mean, they were saying this woman was having schizophrenic stuff.
Right.
Mania symptoms, like she was just tripping, right? And they
Right.
didn't know what it was. She was just talking to herself. It's like she was stuck.
Right.
Kind of sound like, man,
Well, there's
she had
different
something
mental
going on with her,
disorders
man.
that will affect you later in life too.
Man, that's kind
Like
of messed up.
schizophrenia will hit you later in life.
That's how
Yeah.
bullshit,
Simon,
man.
I want to know,
And also
did she beat
sometimes
you up?
trauma can be
Mhm.
back there because, like I said, I can only speak from experience.
Mhm.
So when I first started dealing with chemo and everything, dealing with breast cancer, and then my youngest at the time was 7. So, you know, at 7 years old, kids don't know how to say, I need a hug, I feel sad.
Mhm.
So she
Right.
started acting out at school. Not bad, but just doing things that, you know, out of character. The school
Right.
knew me and my family. They knew how I raised my kids, and they knew that that was out of character. So lo and behold, long story short, I ended up doing a little therapy, you know, something to help. And in between doing it, thinking I'm helping her,
Motherfucker.
her doctor just said to me, like, I don't think you realize the extent to the PTSD and what you're dealing with. And it's crazy because the trauma is automatically buried in the back of the mind. So then when somebody looks you in the face and tell you you got cancer and you don't know if you're going to die or not, you get a whole new perspective on life. And then in between doing the therapy, I didn't realize how much of the PTSD and everything that was going on, that trauma I had buried.
That's the
And
thing. It's like, you know, I think we're at a point where you know, those terms are too commercial for us. Like they put them in pamphlets, they put them in booklets. It's like we're just supposed to accept it. Oh, you got like PTSD, oh, you got depression, oh, you got this, that, and
You
they
said
put
hoes?
no, I said PTSD or those. So is my accent. Um
Sorry.
yeah, but they do this to us. They do this to us, and I think that's the thing why we can't figure it out because it's so generalized. It's boring. You know, you read those things and you're just like, oh, how does that relate to me? You know,
So let me
there's
ask
not
you a
enough.
question, Simon. Would
Mm.
you paint your nails?
Will I paint my nails?
Yes, like Drake.
Um, I was actually looking
Yes,
at
you
that
would.
subject. That's actually
Yes,
why I joined. No, I wasn't even looking to talk about myself.
because you
Um,
would paint your damn nails. God damn it! Come on, bruh. Come on, Simon.
Talk
What are
about
you
it though,
doing?
Simon. Would
I
you paint
wouldn't. I
your nails?
wouldn't. No, you see, the thing is like even if you know me and you
Simon
see
gonna be
my
right here with
videos,
spear fingers.
look, I done a whole video where it looked like I was wearing a dress, but
Oh,
I wasn't.
Hey,
I wasn't
did you have
actually
hold on.
pantyhose?
Hold on
Oh,
now.
let
Hold
me
on
land
now.
for a second.
Did you have pantyhose on, Simon?
I
It
wasn't
wasn't a
wearing.
kilt, was it?
I wasn't actually wearing the dress. What I did was I got a model, and we done the animation thing. And what you look at.
My guy dropped a
What when
bombshell
you
on
look,
us.
I could actually drop the video if you want to have a real giggle about it. But I'm just saying,
Okay, yeah, we can do that. We got another guest on it, but go ahead, Simon.
I could drop the whole video. Like, it looks like I'm wearing a dress, but I'm not wearing a dress.
What are you wearing, Simon?
I wasn't wearing shit. I was just
Oh,
being me.
Oh,
I was wearing
see,
oh,
I see.
actually I was wearing a tracksuit. I was
Simon,
wearing a
come on, man. This is
tracksuit.
the wrong show for that, man. Wrong
Sorry,
show. Wrong
sorry,
show.
wrong show.
I was wearing a tracksuit, and but when
Just
if
riding
people
a
see it,
tricycle with your balls out. What you say? Hold on.
the
man,
funny thing is,
this
the
went
funny
from Trey Songz all the way to Pornhub real quick.
Hey, for real, man. This one with the Pornhub.
oh wow,
Man,
It's a
okay,
hold
wrap.
on,
It's a
man.
wrap.
that's how you feel about it. Okay,
My guy
Okay,
Simon,
one
we're all
second.
adults here, right?
wearing nothing over there.
Man, I want to get back to Simon and these no draws he got on.
Yo, I mean, as I said, I could pull the video up, but I'm just saying it ain't me. You get what I mean? So when you talk about doing nails, you gotta be careful.
It is you, Simon. Come on, don't be on no R. Kelly shit. Talking about it wasn't me, nigga. It was
Was that
you, bro.
was that Drake's nails? I
You
don't
had
know.
the
Or
R.
was it?
Kelly draws on.
I ain't seen the picture. I need to understand if that was a hand model or something, man.
My guy, he was over there like Young Thug.
Mr. Rap has joined us. Mr. Rap, thank you for joining the Jay Adams Show, West Coast Heavy, Jay Adams Show,
What's your
and
name? Hi,
Mr. Rap.
Mr. Rap. How you doing? How you doing?
So she is an OG, but I wanted to see what's her thoughts on the topics that Jay Adams had brought out today. Jay Adams and Todd, what they had brought out today on first issue was Drake and his painted nails, and Trey Songz with his $10 million lawsuit. So I wanted to see what Simon. Before you go, Mr. Rap, Simon, did you finish? I didn't want to cut you off, big guy.
I'm good.
You sure?
Nah, I didn't get no understanding on the dress, man. Wasn't wearing a dress, but it was.
I said I could pull the video up. If you really want to get some context, I'll pull the video up and I'll let you.
I need some. Put the video up, Biz. I need some context.
I'll send bro the link in the background.
I don't need to understand, but we're playing for your show.
This went from Drake wearing.
What's going on? Because I'm lost here. I'm hearing dresses,
mini skirts.
So my guy said he's got a video.
Dresses, mini skirts, and pumps.
Who we talking about?
This Simon
man,
over
Simon,
here from
man.
England.
We asked Simon would he. Biz only said, Simon, would you paint your nails? We was talking about Drake.
Right.
Look, watch this. You guys are gonna give me some heat after this, but watch this.
And Simon said, Simon went to the skirt, man.
Yeah.
Oh shit, he put the YouTube video up, Biz. You better play that.
Hell.
Man, I need to see that shit, man. What's up, yo?
What the fuck?
I was just saying, I ain't wearing a dress. It's an animation. But people, if you see it, you're gonna watch it and you're gonna think I'm wearing a dress. But I ain't actually wearing a dress. This is like, it's not like the Kendrick Lamar video with Louis Vuitton where
but Kendrick Lamar had drawers on though.
Hey, hold on.
I'm talking about the walkway. I'm talking about the walkway models.
Can we see the dress? Determine if it's a dress.
Biz, can you pull it up?
No, I'm saying it looks like a dress. It's not a dress. You gotta pay attention. Pay attention.
Let's see it, and we can determine if it's a dress. Or not.
I want to see the virtual dress, man.
It's a model.
Simon
a whole picture of the model.
Yeah, that's like the female. I picked things up.
It's based on something. It's like, come on,
hold on.
Yeah.
Simon, is this you rapping?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Okay,
it's
Simon.
A long time ago. It was a long time ago.
Okay.
A long time ago. Oh no, you're gonna play the Here we go.
Where's the dress?
This is a Biz and Network exclusive. Here we go.
Where's the dress, man? Thank you.
Oh shit, funny.
Give the people what they need. The people give me energy. The people make me breathe. Those are full of jealousy. Those are full of greed. But that is just humanity. Does everyone agree? Does everyone agree?
Oh, that's you, Simon. That's you, Simon.
Is you about to do a flip with some pom poms?
Let's go, man. Let's go.
Man, if that ain't you, whoever video got sprinkles an award.
Yeah, man, is you about to do some flips with pom poms?
Man, I seen it. When I seen him, he was gonna do a cartwheel.
Right.
My daughter used to do that shit.
Yeah.
You don't want to just skip past this shit like we ain't see that. Just
play that shit.
Stop tearing yourself up.
He came out the closet.
I spent a lot of time training for that.
He came out the closet.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Look, he came out the closet.
Ooh,
There was no door there. Look,
Yeah, why
there
you
was
coming
no
out the
door.
closet?
Look, there was no door right here.
I had to stay in that closet for a minute, man. It took a long time to take that shot.
All right, here
you know what it's like. Come on, give me a break. You know when you're planning for something, you gotta think about it.
Flipping out the closet. That's good shit.
I need to think about this shit.
There it is.
He said I had to stay in that closet for a minute.
Yeah. I was hungry, man. I was like, where's my lunch, man? What's going on? It wasn't leisurely, put it that way. It wasn't
Man.
recreational either.
Quit drinking.
I'm like, these
That
guys
nigga
not
hit
paying
the
properly.
cartwheel on your ass.
Oh, them was oh my pom poms and cartwheels, man.
See that?
Hey,
Wow.
Simon.
Oh,
And the high kick. Don't forget the high
baby
kick.
coach,
Don't
like,
forget the high kick.
All these are cheerleaders, bro. Those are good kicks. My guy was.
Yeah.
My guy looked like a rocket.
He
Hey,
did.
man.
He
He
did.
gonna
He
kick
did.
somebody right in the face. Square in the face. Stop playing.
Kicked himself in the face. How'd you get your? How'd you get your? Man, I can't even stretch that far.
Hey, did he
Man,
kick himself in the forehead like twice?
Take
He did,
practice,
he did the
man.
Bruce
Take
Lee.
Oh
practice.
my gosh. Simon, no, you
Hey,
did not, bro.
that shit was lovely, Simon. Thanks
Hey.
for sharing, man.
Yeah,
You in a
Simon,
safe space.
really?
Not so safe.
I'm gonna
but
give
it's
you an
safe.
applause for that,
Oh,
bro.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
yeah. Video.
Okay.
There you are.
Mm-hmm. See that?
Hey,
See that one there?
Jump, hey,
Let's
cut that
not
jump.
cheer ourselves on.
That jump right there, though. Hey, dude, you remember the
Yeah.
ballerina toys?
Hey,
The little ballerina toys that they used to wind up and they would spin? That's
Yeah,
what
you
they
know about it.
No, the old jewelry box. When
Yeah.
you do it and the little thing spins around the top of the mirror.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
my
talking
God.
about.
so you
Whoa.
got heads in the pom poms.
Oh yeah, that's
Simon.
crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Okay.
You have to fix that one.
So what was the vision on this video, bro? I gotta know.
Well, that was brave, Simon. That was very brave.
I gotta understand. I gotta understand this.
Like picking up and
I do.
putting down.
Listen, we do a lot of
Be-
videos.
belly out,
Thought about
belly out
doing
and
something
all.
like this. This is creative as fuck.
It cost me a lot.
Belly button poking.
money.
He
Yeah.
said, "What's up, Miss? What's up, Auntie?" He said, "So, what was your vision on this
Auntie
video?"
Bird, what's the deal?
I need to know what was going through one of those heads right there.
It was a collaborative
What
effort.
was going
Don't
through
worry
one
about
of those heads?
it. Mm.
I need to figure this out.
No, we need to know what was going through all three of them heads.
Right.
Mm.
Hey, because all three of them minds was thinking
Hey, I
alike,
ain't gonna lie,
obviously.
though. I mean, that video is different as fuck. I've never seen nothing like it.
Right.
Oh, that's
Ever.
interesting. Well, I appreciate it. Thanks for playing that, Biz.
No, you know what, Simon? Look, Simon.
That was brave and original.
The song was doper than the video, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Fuck, get out of here. Go say hi. Go get him.
Yeah, I'm having
But
fun with you. Simon, but
I come back
enjoyed
to
it.
this. I come back to the
Simon.
point that I
Right.
did not actually wear the dress. I just wanna make that statement. Like, I
Simon,
was not
Simon.
wearing the dress.
Simon,
But did you
stop
do the cartwheel
lying
and the
to us.
kicks?
You really think I could kick like that? Like,
I don't
let's
know,
be
man.
real.
I'm
No,
asking.
there's not. No, I ain't that agile, man. There's no
Okay.
way in hell I could do that.
I
So
was about to
it's just it was a perception. So
Okay.
it's kind of interesting. I had a cheerleader. I had to hire a cheerleader. Oh,
Okay.
don't do that again. Come on, I thought you were just gonna
so
play
that
it
was
once.
AI. You're saying that was AI.
Yeah. No, that was total animation. Like
Okay.
they just put my head on it the same way they put my head on the pom pom things. So
That kind of reminded me of Old Dirty Bastard a little bit. Wu Tangish.
like, he's
Yeah,
my legend.
me too.
He was the guy for me anyway, because I met him and like I've done some work with RZA, but yeah, no, he's cool, man. Yeah, but yeah, no, if you look at the whole thing, the whole makeup is totally animated, but it looks real. But there's a difference between like that and like if you take the Louis Vuitton, runway thing with Kendrick Lamar wearing a Jesus piece on his head, and like people wearing real dresses in real life and walking down a whole audience to display themselves. I couldn't do anything like that. But at the same time, this to me at that time was art. This is when I was like 19 years old, and I was signed to BMG. So I had the opportunity to actually do something different and creative. But
Well, not with your fucking picture looking like Trey Songz right here, nigga.
I like Trey Songz, man. That's why I came up, because I thought it's relative. But it's just like, when you talk
That's
about
your
people
relative?
like, no, it's not my relative. Come on.
I'm just asking.
I don't know. Maybe we're all black.
But so what is what was your take on it? So what was your take on the Trey Songz deal on him being sued for $10 million?
I think anyone being sued in the entertainment industry is a travesty because most people that try to sue you are bums. Do you get what I'm saying? I'm not
What?
being rude or
Hold on,
anything.
what? Go back. More people try
I,
to sue bums.
no, I'm saying I'm saying most people, if you're in the
What?
entertainment industry and if you got money, right? Most people are just vultures. They just try to come at you, and
There you go.
they most of the time, like they ain't doing shit. I ain't seen most people in court cases that can go, okay, I'm leveling up to you, like I'm still suing you, like. If you're earning the same as me and you're suing me at the same time, I don't mind. But if you ain't got shit and you're suing me, then it makes me think you're just a bum and you're trying to take me for everything I've got. And that's just like kind of like relationships because sometimes we get into relationships with people, especially like when people are married, and you give like your wife or whatever everything, and then you go, oh, some fuck shit happens, and you're like, oh, I'm divorcing you, and then she just gets a lawyer and tries to take you for everything that you've got, and they ain't really earned it, like when you've been sort of putting up everything in the first place. And that don't make no sort of sense. And that's why we see these cases like, like let's take Dr. Dre for example. Like, guys got like bucks, and you would think, okay,
You say
Dr. Dre,
Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre's got he's bucks. He's got bucks.
He got
like bucks.
You got money, man.
Bucks.
Money,
Bucks.
man.
Yeah, bucks.
He's got money.
So his
bucks.
ex-wife could have turned around and just said, look, you've given me all of the time that we've had in this relationship, and I'll walk away with it. Just what you've given me in general. But no, they don't want to do that. It's like, no, I'm going to take you for everything.
Why is that?
I want half. Because, this is greedy. It's like, I want to take.
Simon believes in the blue pill, so that's kind of hard asking him that.
I don't believe in nothing. I don't. I did, but I don't now.
Not talking for him, Biz.
No, I did. No, he's right. No, he's right. I did, but I don't now. I'm cool now. Like I was enraged, but I'm not anymore. Like I'm cool now.
So
right, good.
Mr. Rap, what do you think about the Trey Songz issue and Drake painting his nails?
I'm not too sure about the Trey Songz issue, but Drake and nail painting. What color is his nails?
Yellow.
I'll pull it up right here on the screen.
UCLA, yellow and blue, baby blue and yellow.
And
Yellow, black and yellow.
It's pretty yellow.
Lord God.
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up for you.
Topics of one of views of nail painting. I didn't know nail painting was gonna go to skirts, but I told y'all earlier though.
Nail painting,
but you know what?
That's like
that shit went all the way to
you do
skirts
the
and
origin of it.
I was impressed with the cartwheels and high kicks.
Man, for real.
100 years ago, the kings, that's what they wore.
Wow.
But nail painting's different because it's like women think about that on a different thing. Like men don't go out and get their nails painted, right? But women do think about
you
that.
do.
Wow, I've been in certain rooms. You get what I'm saying?
I've been in certain rooms.
Now them rooms.
He's so funny.
Yeah, they have those after parties and they paint their nails. That's what happens. I think that's what happened to Drake.
But
This
wait,
one is
all of the men wearing the nail polish and the makeup and all that, I'm telling you, that plays a part with a rise in breast cancer in men.
Oh, whoa. Damn, this is getting better and better.
Oh.
Run that back.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just barely caught that. Breast
Oh,
cancer in
Oh,
men.
run that back.
yes, I believe breast cancer in men is on the rise because all of these men are wearing nail polish and the makeup and doing all of this stuff that's already been harming us, and they're doing it. And that's why I think the numbers are rising for breast cancer in men.
That's interesting.
Because, like, you can't, if you're pregnant, you can't
Mhm.
even go into a hair salon. Some people do and get your nails done because it could kill the unborn baby. So once we have the baby, we all back in the nail salons and healing all of them fumes and everything.
Wait, what?
Man, somebody got the shining going on in the background.
Right?
Hey, that's a hey, that,
No,
hey,
we
don't
can't hear
everybody
you.
get quiet. That's a deep ass topic.
Yeah.
Anybody got a feedback on that?
No, I mean
Breast
that
cancer
makes a
in
lot
No,
of
I
men.
don't pay
sense.
my
That's
nails,
crazy.
so I ain't. I don't pay my nails, so I don't know about no breast cancer. I ain't never had.
No, that's correct in terms of like it, on a basic level. If you have a child, you gotta understand that like within the first 6 months of having that child, they can't really encounter much. Like you can't give them like if they're sick or something, you can't give them like things that we have as adults like paracetamol or just basics stuff like you have to sort of tend to them in a different type of way in the first 6 months of
Yeah.
their lives. So um if you're exposed then to things like fumes, things that adults are exposed to, it can harm them. Like I worked on a farm for a while and like literally
No shit.
yeah shit. So I worked on a farm
You
for a
heard me?
while, and people get like physical disorders based on the fact that they're around certain animals and they want to pet them. So there's just things that not everyone sort of understands, but
The
Mm-hmm.
reason why I said,
it's just
hey, the reason why I
commercial
said no
still shit.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I said no shit because we're talking about nails painting,
Hmm.
right? We're talking about the nails being painted connected to a man's breast cancer, right? So
Yeah,
I didn't see how the farm had anything to do with the breast cancer part and nails
because
being painted.
all right, so I'll tell you, like, because where do we derive everything from? We derive everything from the ground and our animals and what's being reared. So the thing is like we're now living in a society where we can walk into a supermarket or convenience store or whatever and just pick up some fast food and put it into a microwave, unknowing that everything we actually eat, sleep, breathe is derived from nature. So at the end of the day, like unless you actually know yourself, you're going to be putting yourself in a position where you can make yourself ill quite quickly. And
So
if you're
are you
dealing with
saying this?
newborns, it's a problem.
So are you saying it's not nature for us for men to paint their nails? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, it's kind of unnatural. So that's why I wouldn't touch it. But for someone like Drake, like he's not around like people like that. Like he's
Say
like
say ketchup.
Uh-uh.
you want me to say what?
Ketchup.
Why? Why do you want me to say ketchup?
I just ketchup. I just want to hear ketchup.
I
Say
just said ketchup. It's the same
ketchup.
thing. It's the
No,
same
not
thing.
catch. No, not catch up to me. It's ketchup.
Ketchup like tomato sauce ketchup.
And the mustard trying to catch up.
Yeah, who created ketchup? Heinz created ketchup. That's an English brand. Don't play me, bro.
I
Like
know. That's a
we made
ketchup.
you say ketchup. There'll
I
be
know.
other sort of, yo Drake. Look, Drake is in a position where he's. I would think that he's pretty bored right now. Like he's so talented
That's a good
and
one.
been
That's a good
extruded
one.
that he's just doing some bullshit. And it's the same
Right.
thing
That's
like
a good one.
him,
Yeah.
him, Kanye West, and all the rest of them. Like
You
they
know
have to
what?
sort
You
of
know what,
think about
Simon?
new ways of doing stuff.
You know
Simon,
what
that's the
I would
best
like
thing
to
you
ask
said all
Drake?
night, Simon. That was the best thing you said all day. You
You know
know.
what I would like
Yeah,
to
he's
ask
bored.
Drake?
Bore
Ask
He
my
said
him.
he
ass.
like men.
I would like to ask Drake, right?
Does he like
Say he's
men?
out with his son. Ask him, be like, what color you think will look good on your son? Red, blue, pink, or yellow? And
He
if he
probably
looks
say
at you and says,
He
I ain't
probably
putting
gonna
no
paint it the
damn nail
same color
polish
as
on my
his.
son. No, but I'm just saying, the
he
the
probably gonna say
the, the
turquoise.
normal instinct of a man would be like, oh hell no. So it's like you gotta think too. Your son is going to see this one day. What are you doing?
He probably was
Right,
there with him,
but
right
Drake,
next to him, getting his nails painted the same color.
uh,
He was the same
he
exact
got
color,
yellow.
right
His
next to
son
him.
got turquoise.
He got yellow
Yeah.
fingers. His son got yellow toes.
Mm.
Mm.
And that's
Mm-mm.
it. Yeah, I mean,
Todd,
it couldn't be
why you make
anything
that?
less, could it? It couldn't be
Todd,
anything less.
why you make that face, Todd? Todd said, when you said the toes tone, he
Yeah,
said,
yeah,
Mm-mm.
yeah. You just put that
Hey,
visual in my head.
right? No, look, no, Biz. Like when I first seen the shit and I brought it to your attention, bro. I thought about that. Like, how do you? I was thinking about like, dude, you raising a son. Like, what the hell is
Right.
you doing? Like, what? How do you explain some shit like this to him? But then it's like, well, shit, he probably doing this shit with him if he doing it like that. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
Mm.
When
Facts.
I was young growing up, the only time I
that's
ever heard
crazy.
about a man putting on nail polish, it was way back when the guys had the long pinky nails. They would put on clear nail polish just to keep their nail because they didn't want their nail to
That
bleed.
that's
Yeah.
I think
What?
that's different though.
I
The
think
clear
that's
shit that
gay.
I think
Yeah.
that's
The
different.
clear is gay.
I've seen people do it.
Hey,
I've seen
clear is
people do that
gay.
shit. I ain't never
Pink
did
is
it, but
So
I've
gay.
seen people do it. You get what
Uh,
I'm saying?
so
me.
so I
Look,
grew up I
no,
grew up with
no.
bikers and they would put the clear coat on their fingernails so their nails didn't crack while they rode.
Yep, yep, yep.
Yeah.
That's a practicality, but
Yeah.
no real man is really out
Yeah,
here
you
trying
ain't
to
putting
put nail
color
polish
on them.
on,
You know what I
like,
mean?
because you
Right.
just don't have that sort of time. Like,
Who says
this
he's
is
a real man just because he don't put any makeup on? Just
no, not
because he don't.
makeup, nail polish in particular. I'm
Okay,
not
nail
saying makeup.
polish. Either way, I don't need see like I don't think I don't like maybe I could be wrong about this, but I don't like when people use these narratives of like what's a real person because a real person wouldn't jump off a bridge but we see people jump off of bridges all the time. You know what I
All the
mean?
fucking time.
You
That's
know
a
what I mean? And they're
juxtaposition.
real people. They're actually real people.
I'm not
Like,
saying real like you can't exist. I'm just saying like,
well,
like
I'm sorry.
there's
I'm sorry. When
positions
you
for
say
different.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, when you said real man, like a real man doesn't do this, a real man doesn't do this, right? I could say a real man knows how to play an instrument. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Okay.
using, you know what I mean? Now I just excluded all the other men who, you know what I mean? Like who
All
are
right.
actually men.
Yo, bro. Look,
And they're
I'm
like,
speaking
no, what the
specifically
fuck? I don't
about
play
nail
music.
polish. So it's like what I'm saying is like there is no way. There is no way, right, that I can find time right now to sit down and sit down and do like a bottle of nail polish and paint my nails. It's no way I could do that. Just based on the fact of what responsibilities I have. And I couldn't even do that in front of my daughter. Like it makes me, I mean, if I sat down in front of my daughter with a bottle of nail polish, a yellow bottle of nail polish, and was like, "Oh, I'm sitting here painting my nails. How long do you think that's gonna take?" Like, and then it's like she's gonna be like, "Daddy, what are you doing?"
I
Oh,
mean,
I'm
let's
painting my
face it though.
nails.
Drake
I'm like,
paid for those.
God damn.
Drake paid for those. He didn't sit down and do them. You know what I
He
mean?
didn't. He didn't do that
He
himself.
had somebody
Someone
do
done
it
it
for
for
him.
him. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, he
Hey,
had
you don't
somebody
know
do
shit.
that
He
for him.
probably did though.
You
That
really
would be
think he
like,
sat down and painted
hey,
his nails? Come on.
hey, not that I don't agree with it already, but it would make it 100 times worse if that man sat there himself and did his own nails.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine
With
sitting?
the steak
Oh,
face,
I've
with the
got an
steak
hour
face
to
on.
myself. I'm gonna sit down and paint my damn nails like a woman, and I picked out the exact color that I want to paint my nails with. Like, cause like women think like this. Like women
Hey,
can
do y'all
do
think
this.
he? Do
You
you think
think
he asked
I'm gonna do
somebody?
that?
Do you think he asked somebody like, how you think this look?
So
Exactly.
here's the real question: do you think he kept that color, or do you think he took it off after the picture? You think he's wire rocking that right now, like that same color? Because I
He
know when
probably
girls
went
get
home and
their
went,
nails
"Oh,
done,
maybe
they
I
Bro,
rock
fancy
it
a
for a
no,
minute.
purple."
listen, nah. He flew somewhere and did an interview. That's an interview that he's just doing right there.
Okay. So he painted them on the plane on the way over. Do you think he still got the
Probably,
yellow
he probably
nails?
did. He probably got them painted on Air Drake.
Right.
Yeah, it takes a
And
matter of
he
Yeah.
time.
probably,
to
he
create sort of
probably
shit. You
paid
can't
some
just do that shit.
stylists. You know what I mean?
No, that's what we give the gratitude of women to do. I like to see. I'd love to see a woman just sit back and be comfortable and go, "Yeah, I'm
She
going to paint
says,
my nails."
Leanne Friday says this is incorrect about nail salons and pregnancy.
What's incorrect about it?
Yeah, we
What's
need
Oh
to know
God,
what's
incorrect,
Leanne's in the
incorrect.
place.
Miss Friday?
Hi, Leanne.
What?
Because
we
I've
gotta know
actually
Leanne.
heard that myself.
because
Leanne.
if she talking
Leanne.
about if
it's
she
the
talking
Wait a
about
fumes.
second.
It's the
if she talking about
fumes.
it causing shit to the baby, then
Yeah,
it is absolutely correct because it can do that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It can
just
birth
like having,
defects, all kind of shit,
yep,
cancer.
just like
It's all
having
kind of shit.
the cat box. You get
I think she's making a correlation
toxoplasmosis being
she's
around the
making
cat litter and healing it.
Or
Changing the cat box.
she probably was pregnant before and been in the nail salon and nothing happened to her baby or anything. We
Right,
understand that, but not
Right, right,
that's not saying that it can't happen at all because it
right.
can.
Hmm.
It's very dangerous.
hmm
Also, the link is in the comment. You can also tap the link if you would like to
Yeah, come up there.
do a
Man,
visual.
we're gonna have to
you
start
know,
putting
someone that can't
educational
panel.
links and stuff, Biz.
Hey,
Hey,
I mean,
that's
nobody.
you
Hey,
say, like you say,
sometimes you know
everybody's
what,
different.
Todd. Sometimes, Todd, I don't even know the conversations are going to go this way.
Nah, that's
Tone,
what I'm saying. Like
Tone,
when you put it up later.
Tone. Yeah, I will. I sure will.
Yeah.
Now, Tone
You stop.
brought this to me earlier, and I was like, you know what? That is a great, crazy topic. Let's chop it up about it. You know what I mean? So,
What did you not?
Miss Leanne Friday says, "Why does it matter?"
again, why does what matter?
I
Like
think
you
she's
gotta be
like,
specific.
go ahead to Miss Serap. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, I wonder, what do you guys think about him wearing nail polish? I just want to know just
As a
Male
man,
perspective.
where your heads are with it. What is your
Well,
thought seeing him with the nail polish?
I mean, it doesn't really
I
matter. What we're
play.
talking
I
about
play.
is artist development,
I
and we
play.
were talking about how much he's generated just off of having his nails painted. You see what I'm saying? Like a normal person like myself can't go paint my nails and generate millions of views and billions of people talking about it like we're talking about it right now. I mean, so that's great artist development on his point, even though we don't agree with painting our nails, which we've all, you know, put into perspective. But we were talking about him generating that much attention off of one picture.
So basically, him being popular and he's generated more population polishing his.
Well, that and is it putting off an agenda? Is it bringing a certain agenda to? Is he enhancing the agenda?
Of nail painting.
Well, see, you can see his nail painting. Right? You see, she tried. You see that? She tried to hit him with the little look.
I'm just asking.
No, you know what it is, right? We
you
know
know
what
she gonna
one
hit
leads
you with
to
it.
one, right?
I'm asking the men on here. When you seen the nail painting, what comes to your mind?
Gay, he gay. That
Gay.
nigga gay. That nigga gay. I don't give a fuck. He gay. No, I'm playing.
Oh Lord.
Biz
No, I
is
don't.
retarded.
He's not gay. But the fact is, it's
If
just,
that's the case, let's see what comes next. Because whatever happens in the dark comes to the light.
Right.
he,
That
look,
part.
he's.
That
I
part.
just think he's got time on his hands. That's all.
Drake
Yeah, I
is
agree
good.
with
That
Simon's
bro,
statement.
that ain't no
Wait.
bored shit, bro. That's not no
Look,
bored
Drake.
shit.
You didn't catch the
Drake
fun. He's got
next
time
year.
on his hands.
One second.
What if he was contractually bound to do it?
Hold on 1 second. Drake's next viral moment is going to be him in the skirt. Watch.
Or a dress. One or the other.
Or
I
sundress.
don't think Drake's gonna have any problem wearing a skirt. I don't
You
think
have a
that.
sundress. Miss Leanne Friday says, if a son is damaged by something so simple as nail polish, parenting should go way deeper than nail polish, pretty much. If a son is damaged by something is so simple as nail polish, son
Well,
parents
first,
go way
if
deeper.
I'm
The
saying
nail
with
polish.
Because
We
if
use
they
too
think
much
nail
credit
polish
on this.
okay, then they gonna assume think
from a woman
makeup and lipstick and everything else is okay.
yes, you know what
One
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
second, one second. Because I think she referred to when you guys were talking about the his son wearing polish. I think that's what she was, referring to. Like
Hmm.
parenting should go deeper than just nail polish on your son. That's what she was explaining.
No,
That's what I'm
no, it
saying.
Right.
should. But as a male figure in your child's life, you shouldn't be putting off a feminine. You shouldn't be putting yourself off as being feminine. Period.
Right. That should be your personal shit. Don't do that around that kid. If you gonna
Right.
do that shit, that's if you gonna do that. If you choose to do that, don't do that. But I feel like they so innocent. Like,
But then
like
again, this is all subjective. That's me and
right, right.
my kids.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It's
I ain't
all our own
Drake. You
personal
know what I mean?
opinions.
So if
All
that's
our
how
own
he wants
personal
to parent
opinions.
his kids, then that's on him. Just don't be surprised if he turns out
Right.
No, some
The way you
parents
don't.
shouldn't be fucking parents, bro. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. Some parents are just evil, and I understand people may have a different. I know people may have a different view on that, but some parents just evil as fuck. You know what I mean? I'm look like my mom. I'm glad I was not raised by my mom. If I
Oh
was
no.
raised by my mother, I would be literally either 6 feet
Oh no.
or doing penitentiary time for life because
Mm.
of the nature of how you know what I mean? Like of the nature of who she is, and she didn't have people over her to kind of like sit her down and kind of show her how to maneuver life. And she didn't grow up right, and they didn't have a structured life, right? Her parents, right? So I was just
Mm.
bound to fail. You know what I mean? I was just my generation, niggas my age, 35 or down, got nigga going to prison with football numbers. I got a cousin that's doing football numbers right now. I
Facts.
got a fucking brother that's doing football numbers right now. I got an auntie, no, I got an uncle that's doing football numbers right now. I mean, we can keep the party going, right? It's enough,
Yeah.
but it's because of that. Like a lot of times, who we're raised by, we don't understand. Like it keeps us out of certain shit. Like cats,
Yeah.
like dudes
Mm-hmm.
may say, "Oh yeah, my mama was on my head and blase blase," and I be the nigga like, nigga, appreciate the fact that you had a motherfucking mama on your fucking head. Like I
Mm-hmm.
didn't, I
Mm.
wish I had a mama. Like, yo, get your shit
Mm.
together. Yo, stay on top of your shit. Yeah,
I
cool. My
Right.
dad wasn't there. I get it. If he was right, if that was the situation, but I didn't. I grew up in foster care. But if that was the situation in my life at that time with my mom, I would appreciate my mom broken down and like, yo, get your shit together, do this, blah, blah, blah. Whether her sexuality was yay or nay, who gives a fuck? But the fact that you have that there, you get what I
mm-hmm.
mean? And I think
Mhm.
Right.
that sometimes people aren't able to see. But yeah, some parents aren't meant to be parents. You know what I mean? To go back.
Right, and some parents are parents and they just deal with it and don't know how to deal with it. My mom had me and my brother at 16, 17, and after a while when my mom passed away, I was 12. She was like 28, 29, and I just think that if she was still alive, one, I think she would have died of AIDS because she was doing drugs, sharing needles, and I would have been somebody totally different. I either would have been dead already or I had 80 kids, or I just feel it would have been totally different.
Yeah, but what's interesting is no one speaks about the resilience of the children, like in
Well,
terms
well,
of
well. Speaking of, hold on one second, Simon. Leanne is responding to you. She said, "But you paint your daughter's nails, Simon,"
But would you?
which is a question. But you paint your daughter's
But
nails, Simon,
but would
which is a
it says
question.
but would you paint your
I know
daughter's
Right?
nails?
Leanne. Me and Leanne's cool. But I'm
Would you
just saying.
paint your daughter's nails, Simon?
Well, yeah, if she wanted me to, because no one else is going to be there to do that. So
Okay.
if I leave
So,
it to someone else, then what's that going to lead to?
oh, Leanne came for that beef. She was like, "Hold on, this motherfucker
No,
Simon is on some motherfucking bullshit. I'm gonna whoop that
me
motherfucking
and
ass,
Leanne's cool,
Simon."
man. Me
Hey,
and Leanne is cool. Don't
Leanne
worry
with
about
the shits. Leanne gonna beat you up when she see.
it. Leanne is
Simon,
going to come at me in
I'm like,
all
you like
sorts of
your
ways,
fucking
and I
ass
love
up.
it. I'm like, yeah, come, Leanne. Oh,
What's up,
shit.
Miss
Who?
Leanne? How
hey,
are you? You thought we
She
was
came
joking?
for
You
you.
thought I was
Oh
joking?
no!
She
Oh
came
no! Okay,
third.
here we go. Here we go. All right.
Came
Third.
for
Okay.
that bag.
Whatever.
She came for that bag. She
All
said,
right.
"Nigga,
Nah,
go
come
get
back.
Okay.
that
Nah,
bag."
Let's go.
come back on camera. Come back on camera.
Leanne says there is no actual evidence of damage. She
Oh, she
also
on camera
says
now.
the cat box is bacteria. What? The cat box? Oh
Yeah,
hell no!
somebody say you
What
Oh
could
cat
get
no!
box?
you could get
She said
toxosis,
that
plasmosis from
he has
being
to get.
around. Like if you're changing the cat box off and breathing it in, that can
Mm,
harm the baby as well.
mm.
Oh,
I
okay,
think
okay.
I was thinking the cat meow, but that box, you know what I mean?
Hey, careful.
This is crazy.
also, Leanne said,
Troublemaker.
according to
Yeah, come back. What's up?
Red MD, medical doctor. But I get it. Hey, I get it. People are to each his own. But I wanted Mr. Rap to kind of like, Finn. I see every time we like ask your questions, like we take off the conversation. But Mr. Rap, just to what I mean, on Jay Adams' show, West Coast Heavies. What's your take on this? So we can kind of get
I want to. If is it the color that's bothering you? What if they were black? Would it be
the
a different
same shit.
view?
The same shit. I be
The
joking. I be
image?
joking. Well, with me, I be joking, Mr. Rap, because I know a lot of rock stars, a lot of entertainers who do the same thing. Like a lot of like this is normal in the music industry. Like in the music,
Mm-hmm.
as a musician, it's normal, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
we have, like I know bass players and guitar players that paint their nails black or all blue or some shit like
Mm-hmm.
that because they're, what I mean. But people don't say nothing about that. You don't hear motherfuckers going around saying, "Oh, my bass player got yellow nails," right? Because it's not of an issue because he may have bitches around him or whatever, so they don't consider him as gay. So like I'm not saying that they're gay. It was me joking around, like what I mean, a nigga painting his nails is gay. But that's an old time thinking. But if you think about it, like
Oh
what's the
yeah.
narrative? Drake's has never done this. Like if Little Yachty did this, I mean if like if Uzi Vert did this, I get it. You know what I
That's a
mean?
good point.
If you know if I
Trippy
mean
Red
I
Trippie
think he
Red.
just fall. I
or
just think he's
Kiss
following
Still,
the
I
trend.
understand
or
where you
Kissed.
come
Yeah, or
That's a real
Kiss.
good point.
Or
from.
look. I even
Color
say for a
different.
wild one. Look. I got one. Kendrick Lamar. If Kendrick Lamar came out with his nails painted black, I would be like, okay, cool, I get it. Like
Mm.
because it's the Jimi Hendrix of rap. You get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's it's Kendrick Lamar. So I mean, I can see how that would like because his image kind of conveys that, you know what I mean? Masculine flamboyant. I call it masculine flamboyant. I don't know if that's a fucking word or not, but
Man, hell no.
Be in a position to
Masculine.
create new narratives.
Or some people do it for that
Man, check it
gothic
out.
look.
Hey,
That
check it out.
gothic
Look.
look.
Hey, check it out. Hey, look. What made it worse? I'm sorry to just like go back to this, but this nigga shirt said state property on there too.
Yeah, yeah, but that's what it is. No, let's be real about this. Let's be real
Wait,
about this.
wait.
What
This
are
shit says
subliminal
state
like a
property.
motherfucker.
This shit says state property and his nails
you?
is painted. Like,
What?
like
So
they like they
you're
like
not state
lemonade
property.
Kool-Aid packet painted. Like he probably licked.
You're not state property.
Ah,
Hey,
Are you trying to tell me that?
Leanne.
sick.
Are you trying to tell me you're
Oh,
not
Leanne.
state property?
What you say?
Are you trying to tell me you're not state property?
Who?
You.
No, I'm not saying that. Do you know what I mean by that though?
What are you?
Am
Mm-mm.
I state property? Hell no. Fuck no. I'm not about
No,
to say I'm
you
state
are.
property.
You are. I
Hell
will
no.
tell you are, and I'll tell you how you are, and I'll break that shit down in 2 seconds.
I
You
bet you
are state property.
can.
Hold on.
All right, believe that.
Hold on. 1 second. Before y'all go, I gotta let Mr. Rap and then Leanne get this. She keeps her thing. I guess something's going on. But Mr. Rap, before y'all go, I'm gonna let y'all go and hash it out. Right? Who got the biggest nuts? But for right now, we gotta let Mr. Rap go right quick. Mr. Rap, what was your take on that? You know what I mean? And just to let you know, like we're not saying he's gay. We're not saying that. We're just saying it implies a certain narrative and an agenda. And when it was brought to me and I brought it to Jay Adams, I was like, it kind of bringing on, like, you know what I mean, we talking about branding, but what's your take on that? You know what I mean, just from, you know, because I know you know you rock with
I
the other
can't
side.
I can't any other time I probably would be in the defense mode, but I'm kind of bothered about the color. Um, I any other, I mean,
The
yellow.
color.
What is he representing? What's this yellow about? You know what I'm saying? So I
Damn,
can't
the
really
color.
defend him. But that's why I asked if the color was different. Would the guy's views be different? Because pay attention. That's what you guys notice. So now here goes some more popularity for him because y'all don't notice that his nails was yellow.
Hey, some people said that
Well,
the colors represented the UK flag because the UK flag is blue and yellow.
Oh, don't
I
do that.
did. I
Don't
I
do
did.
that.
That's
What does
what
he
I.
have to do?
Hey, no, I'm saying I seen a couple comments that said that.
What does he
well,
have to do with
I
the UK?
well, I don't. I mean, me personally, I don't. I just think the guy was just wanting to do a viral moment, wanted to do something that would go viral, and he knew by painting his nails that it would do that. And plus, his team had to be according to this. So you have to understand, like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna just go paint my nails today. Like, there
Right,
was a lot of motherfuckers that probably agreed that yes, this is the best. Like, yeah, go ahead and do this. This is cool. The public's
right,
gonna
right.
accept this. All right. And he went to go do that interview with his nails painted. Like, this shit was calculated like a motherfucker. Like, niggas know you never done this your whole time. You've done all the other calculated shit, and all of a sudden, and motherfuckers know in the back office what he is or what he's not. I don't personally think he's gay because of it. I just think it's funny to talk about, and a nigga like me will crack jokes on a nigga like that all fucking day, all day.
Yeah,
I
I
would
think I
crack
like
jokes
what
on
you
that
said
nigga all
too
day, but I
about that.
wouldn't. I wouldn't, you know what I mean? I wouldn't kick him to the side or some shit. I wouldn't like disown him or some shit like that. You get what I mean?
Hell yeah, I still need that feature.
You know?
Still need that feature, nigga. I'm
I
playing.
can't defend him on that. I have to agree with the guys on this one about the nails. I mean the color. If it was black, maybe, or
Yeah.
dark blue, then you know what I'm saying. Maybe I could have got with that, but I'm not sure about that orange and blue.
That
Do you
sunflower yellow.
Yeah,
do,
that's a little
do you think
sunshine. You know what I mean?
do you before we go to Leanne, do you think the color changes a lot of the perspective?
I think it would because I think that right now, you know what I mean. Just the thoughts, like you know what I'm saying. We getting some different type of opinions. Some like he gay. You know what I'm saying. Some like, well, it's a part of the music industry, or however the case may be. I think it would have placed itself, um, in one category if they were painted another color, maybe black. Black would have been like, oh,
How old are you?
the nigga, plays music, or he's an artist, or however the case may be.
1 second,
I,
Simon.
I think that
Mhm.
color really is, um, it's a standout. It's standing out.
Oh, Miss Leanne,
Yes.
how
Fine.
are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. You know, we be cracking jokes. I just hijacked. I just hijacked the Jay Adams show, right? I just hijacked his whole show.
You did too.
I sure did. Fuck. You
I
know what I
think Jay
mean?
left.
I hope he didn't. Jay, I'm sorry, bro. I'm
He
sorry,
turned
Big
into
Brody.
he turned into the co-host of his own show.
Oh shit! Now y'all making me feel bad. I'm gonna get the fuck up out of here. I'm gonna let y'all have it, Miss Leanne.
Nah,
Uh,
nah.
Miss Leanne, what are your thoughts on the Drake issue? Nels Painted and Trey Songz $10 million lawsuit with due
I
to a
think
chick.
about the lawsuit. Can't speak as
Huh?
Come
matter
again?
that's asked to me. It, it's not a marker of anyone's masculinity as far as I'm concerned. How they move through the world, how they treat their children is far more significant than something like that. And that's just my opinion. The
Come again?
Someone tell her that she's breaking up.
of course, somebody tell her.
Huh?
Good. I just don't see how it carries that kind of weight. It shouldn't. Masculinity shouldn't be that fragile.
It shouldn't.
Polish, man. It's like dude wore pink socks. Does that make his dick shorter? I mean, come on now. It just doesn't have anything to
Duh. You know
Idiot.
that. Come on.
Come on. Serious. Like, I mean, how many?
Hey, if a man painting his nails, in my eyes, hey, that's make you less masculine. Period. Like I don't know. That's not the norm to me. And yeah, I hear what Biz saying about, these different, artists and stuff like that, but they got the punk rock scene and the goth scene and all
Yep.
that, and it's reasons why they doing that, but it ain't but just them flat out doing that shit, and you supposed to be this type of dude, and I don't know, I don't know, to me that's not popping, that's not flying with me. But at the same time, like I said, like go ahead.
What?
Leanne, if you was in war, Leanne, you was in the service, right? And you with your cadets and all of them, and your commander walks up with yellow nails, how would you feel?
I wouldn't even. It just doesn't have any relevance. Drag queens.
It would be irrelevant.
It's irrelevant.
Okay.
Irrelevant. Painted nails has nothing to do with character, man.
So it wouldn't come out your mouth to the next person like, oh, so and so had his nails painted when he came.
Nope.
I don't know.
I mean that's a valid opinion, but me as a dude, there people in general, we're kind of judgy anyway. So
true.
If I see a dude still in copper or aluminum or catalytic converters, I'm assuming he's on meth, right? If I see a dude with painted nails and in a dress, I'm assuming he likes other dudes. I mean, not.
But would you assume
that's
that guy being a
There's
commander, though?
Todd?
That's
how they swing.
Todd,
You know what I'm saying?
would you consider that man being a commander?
Huh?
Would you consider that man being a commander of a fucking army?
Our military didn't for a long time.
Yo,
Hell
bro. Have you seen Anton Daniels in a hot dog suit?
Yes, I did see that bullshit.
Right, but what does he command?
I mean, we know Anton Daniels. That's another combo because Anton Daniels is not like he's not like for black people. He's for doing well. He kind of has the Jefferson Peterson attitude or whatever. But
the Fight Club platform is mainly formed out of black people.
I know I don't go over there because these cats can't really see me. Like every time I go over there, I'm always quiet in them niggas. Like I always set them dudes quiet, and I can't stand it because it's like I would expect niggas to give me some pushback, but I guess because of the confidence I come across, like a lot of them don't even push back. They just be like, "Yeah, man, you know." So I don't. So a lot of times I don't play over there because I just feel like it's just a bunch of dudes who's, you know, like I was saying earlier, a lot of dudes are fucking females. They're just bitches, right?
I was gonna say it, bitches.
You know what I mean? Like, and they don't know how to withstand fire. They're so quick to be persuaded by society and what society thinks. Look, Drake painting his nails. Drake never fucking came out and painted his nails. If this was some shit that was according to his career or something that he's been doing in his past career, whatever the case may be, no, it hasn't. This is the first time. That's why it's fucking shocking. That's like,
you know, time. Come on, this has been going on throughout time.
No.
This is the first time he's been caught in public.
I know like what you're talking about in terms of this particular person, but I'm just saying, like,
this is the first time Drake has been, let's say, caught in public, like Todd said, caught in public with painted nails. And nobody's saying that it's wrong, but we're saying what the fuck is going on. That's what we're saying. Like, what's really going on here? That
you chose to release a picture where
you've done this your whole fucking career, right?
You've done accessory jump in.
Come on, man! Like
he chose to expose the picture.
Leanne, if you're hold on one time, Simon. Leanne, if your fucking man walk up to you, Leanne, with a skirt on, when you married him, he was a guy. 10 years later, he wants to wear a dress coming home one day. Would you be okay with that?
How does it like
Huh?
10, 15 steps ahead of something that's probably not even related?
You speak that again? I'm sorry, because you were breaking up a little bit.
The painted nails somehow diminishing his masculinity. Now, there's a lot of other sketchy shit he's done throughout his career.
Right there.
More than
Right.
his nails.
Right. Yeah, I'll go with
Like,
that too.
Judge him on
Absolutely.
anything. I don't care. I mean, Ozzy Osbourne has painted his nails the whole time. Alice Cooper's painted his nails the whole time. Travis Barker. I can name a dozen other,
Right.
not necessarily
But Miss Leanne,
and it has
Miss
nothing.
Leanne, would you agree that those guys have the brand of that? They have that type of brand, Miss Leanne. That's always been in rock.
In the personal goings on of something minute as nail painting. I don't the fast, and I think that the conversation here is not masculinity.
So basically, her husband.
Wait. She's breaking up pretty bad. I want to be able to hear everything you're saying.
I'm sorry.
It's breaking up pretty bad, as if the service. I mean, not the service.
I feel like she's saying that that his masculinity has nothing to do with him painting his nails. He's still a dude. You know what I mean?
Painting your nails.
Well, I don't base a male's masculinity over his. Like I said, there's other stuff that Drake's done that's made me question his character differently than his painted nails. But
what makes you? What was that?
Conversation that's happening everywhere about.
Well, give me that. Wait. Give me that. Go back. Give me what made you question Drake other than him painting his nails. Because other than him just being a hip hop star, fucking bitches, getting money, and doing music and more movies or whatever, I don't see what else that's really controversial. Well, other than hip hop beef, you know what I mean? Other than that, or putting hot sauce in the fucking condom and the bitch thinking she will get pregnant by Drake, you know what I mean? Other than shit like that, I don't see where he's really. I mean, until now,
I'm lost.
To do, is it not? Putting hot sauce on them, that's a kind of a bitch move, wouldn't you say? Because
that's not.
Hell no,
that's a great fucking move.
That was smart because she was plotting anyway.
Yep, because the girl thought she was slick. She
was plotting on him anyway. That's what she did.
Yep. She waited till after he left. She took the condom out the trash and she put it inside of her and got burnt up because.
And that's what her ass did.
Exactly, because she was purposely.
Hey, that's what you call being 10 steps ahead.
In that reference, okay, he was.
Hey, that's safe sex.
But if he didn't believe her character like that, like, come on. Somehow that's masculine that he's fucking chick that he doesn't trust to the point that he's going to put hot sauce in a condom.
Yeah, it was I mean, he's a big. Go ahead.
His maleness and his credibility as a man should be more in question because of the action of sleeping with that person or sleeping with somebody that you have to take those kind of moves to thwart.
Yeah.
But you know what? If Drake never made a record and he was still living around the way, he would never have to do that. But because he is who he is, he has to protect his DNA. He has to protect himself because all of these females, just like Monica Lewinsky, put it in the freezer. Who puts that in the freezer? Come on.
And then at the same time, you got to think about it. Like, come on, we ain't all saints around this motherfucker. You get what I'm saying? He's smashing. The female he smashed, he probably didn't really know her like that. She was an Instagram model or some shit. I believe it was, right, Biz? It was an Instagram model. So he didn't know her. He just see her, follow her, and he was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get her to the room, I'm gonna smash, and I'm gonna make sure she don't try and plant a baby on me by putting this hot sauce in that shit.
Tone. She came to the room, Tone.
Right.
She came to the room.
Right. Yeah, right. Came to his room.
So this segment is brought to you by Captain Morgan's private stock.
Yeah.
Captain Morgan private stock.
Yes,
Coca-Cola.
sir.
Coca-Cola.
And Miss Leanne,
Burnt
I
Gina,
know,
brought to you by these products.
I know you want to. I know you're gonna say, "What about your daughter?" And if your daughter was in that situation, I would say the same. Like, babe, you're playing with fire because you're playing with the sharks of the sharks. And if you're stupid enough to take your dumb ass to go back to the trash can
Mhm.
and grab the fucking condom, for one, that's nasty as fuck.
And that's thirsty.
That means you're nasty. What nasty ass motherfucker would fuck a bitch? Then the bitch gonna go back to the fucking trash can and take the fucking condom and inject it. That's nasty. You
So,
nasty.
But
My,
so the whole
the
my
bigger
daughter.
question is how
He's
many times
nasty
has
as
that
fuck.
happened to him to where he's had to do that?
thing. The whole situation is nasty ass from the get go. She's
No.
Yeah.
Drake's
What?
situation
Because he
was.
can, he should. Right.
Hold on, you say he
How is
nasty.
it?
That's
That's
not
normal. They was getting
Some
They was getting laid. That's normal.
some people will just see her as an opportunist.
She is an
he.
opportunist.
What you think? What?
He had the
That's
opportunity,
exactly what.
but he took it.
No, she took the opportunity, not him.
What? She made it. Fuck him. Like, come
Come
on,
on.
give me a break.
Hey,
Leanne,
the opportunity
you
was hers, not his. It wasn't his opportunity, it was
Whatever.
her opportunity. And she tried to take advantage of the opportunity
Leanne said,
and got
Leanne
So
said,
fired.
solid.
whatever.
So fucking great. It's wonderful that all these people are wanting to fuck him. Why is he not choosier about where he sticks his dick? Come on,
He
man.
is. Look, he
Yeah.
is. Look,
Is it
okay, Drake. Okay, Miss
I
What's
agree
Leanne,
the
I'm
with
gonna
one
that.
take
that
it up.
gives the
Hey, I
Okay,
can
He said
agree with
he
her
said
on
I
that.
got hot sauce in my
Okay,
purse.
I'm with you, Todd and
I
Leanne,
agree
right?
with her on that. He
I
should
got
be
hot
Okay,
real
sauce
Todd
hard
and
in my
Leanne,
choosy.
I
bag.
agree.
He's got a
Right,
lot
I'm
more
with
to
you.
lose than he's got to gain from sleeping with these women.
somewhere?
You're right. You're
True,
right. Now
You know
check
what I'm
this
true.
out.
saying?
Now check this
We
out. He
agree.
does
I
No,
agree.
screen
no,
them.
it's the hot sauce.
Hold on. He's screening them. He does screen these females. If y'all know about his team, they send out fucking. I think his last party, he said they can't be no certain type of female, right? Just no this type of chick. Don't bring her to the party. And there was a
Right.
lot of controversial about that. You know why? Because black women weren't allowed to go. There was a lot of controversy about that. He only wanted a certain type of. So these cats are screening these females because they know these bitches ain't up to no good. I'm a
Looking
nigga
for
with
what
bank. I'm a
paycheck.
nigga with bank, and I got a fucking 9-inch dick, and it's good.
And they trying to
And these
get
bitches
saved.
go. They trying to get saved. And if you're not, and honestly, if
Looking
I'm
for the
telling you, I would
18-year
tell my
plan.
son that. I'll tell my son, your dad is this type of person, and girls are gonna now look at you as an opportunity. They're gonna think that they can have a child by you and be inside the family empire. That's not cool. She can't get that, son. She can't feel like she can get that. She have to earn the value to be able to get that type of wealth, to have a baby by you. And that's the thing. Cats understand what their wealth is. Cats understand what they hold in life. You get what I mean? So whether
Oh,
we
50
may
Cent
like it
had
or
a whole
not,
song about it.
whether we may like it or not, a nigga painting his nails to where a motherfucker to the way how a person maneuvers their life. I get it. It's two different things. But like you were saying, does painting your nails default or bring down your masculinity as a man amongst other men? We see that.
Yeah. Amongst other men, absolutely.
We see that. Now, most of the women, they probably, oh my God, no, that's cute. I think it's good. You guys are so stupid with this masculinity crap, right? But amongst men, we're like, that motherfucker, yeah, you a bitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I can slap the shit out you.
Goes to that.
Like, if Diddy was able to slap the shit out you in the club, that's when I said something. Like, you are not, like, open heart. If you let Diddy slap you in the club,
Diddy ain't no
you are
gangster.
a bitch.
Diddy ain't no gangster. I can see if it was 50, but Diddy nigga.
You let a gay nigga slap you.
50, hey, 50 not for the slap me and get away with it, nigga. Like, come on, nigga. Win, lose, or draw, nigga. We throwing them.
I mean,
We
what's your
throwing
take on that, Miss Leanne? What's your take on that? My bad. I didn't mean to like
Take on beast
Bogart.
because you just said a lot of shit.
I just lost.
them.
You said I just lost?
You
No,
said a
no,
lot of shit. You lost her. You said a lot of shit.
but you said a lot of things.
That was valid or unvalid or
No,
invalid?
you asked me what my take on it is, and you're not being specific as to what you're referring to because you just talked about they slapping somebody in the club. You're talking about nail polish. You're talking about all this other stuff, and men judging other men's masculinity based on nail polish.
It was the degrading of masculinity, degrading it or
Right.
upgrading it, basically.
Right.
Like,
We
what is your
talking about
take on that?
I don't think
you.
it is
You
securing
said earlier to me that I don't think you told me earlier I don't think a man having nails takes away from his masculinity.
No,
And I'm telling you that amongst other men, that's what we see. We see you as less of a man, right? You might not be like if it's a rate from 1 through 4, I mean 1 through 10, we might see. I mean, you might have been a 10 before, but now we look at you as an 8 now or a 7. You get what I
Uh,
mean?
More like a
okay.
foe.
But 50 Cent walked in painted. Does that take away from his?
Absolutely, it do.
50
Absolutely.
Cent?
Hell yeah. Hell
Don't matter
fucking
to
yes.
me.
It's, hey, that's worse than Drake doing it.
I think
Right.
I
Yeah,
think
but are you going to tell him that? You think it's really going to
Hell yeah.
handle?
Man, we gonna go live and talk about 50 the same way.
Okay. Are you going to do it in front of him?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What
I
the
would. I be like, Drake, that's some gay shit, bro. That's
50?
foul. What
That's
are you
weird.
doing?
Like, what the heck?
And
What
he'd
are
be
you doing,
like,
bro?
I got to be putting fucking hot sauce and condoms to keep people from having my babies. So what difference does it make?
That has
What?
look, giving a bitch my seed for
Oh my
another
God.
20 years, my whole life, painting my nails and changing that the next day is totally two different things.
but
You know what I mean? Totally two different things.
saying, Leanne, I see what you're saying, because if whatever somebody doing, that's their business. That's between them and God. I see what you're saying. But I think it does for
Oh,
most will take away his
the day
masculinity.
before he painted his nails, it
And
didn't change a damn thing. It just caused a bunch of more people to talk about him. So
right,
who's
but
winning? He's
and
winning.
it goes the same way for females, because I'm one of the females that I don't wear nail polish because the smell of nail polish makes me sick. It gets me sick. It bothers me. So I don't wear nail polish, but I've been told a few times by some of my female friends growing up that I look like a boy. I need to be more feminine. I need to carry a purse and paint my nails because that's a feminine thing to do.
Right.
But
That's
their opinion. Opinions are like assholes. We all know the story. It doesn't change a damn thing.
right, but my asshole is clean. That's the difference. See, we all say that shit, but we
Right, I
never
see
say
what you're
who's
saying, but I had to tell people so many times I'm not gay. Just because I don't have on nail polish, it might knock you the fuck out. Doesn't mean I'm gay.
That part.
you know what I
You,
mean? But
you know, but that's the thing. Is it's like we let people into our business and we let these judgments affect how we move through the world, and that's the part that's fucked up, if you ask me.
for me, I kind of have to move that way, Miss Leanne. You know why? Because my skin is dark as shit in America. Okay.
Well, and
so
I
my
can't speak to that in the first person, nor would I choose to. But
well, when we speak of these things, when we say these things of like we can't maneuver a certain way, but because of thought, I wish I can do that. Like I wish I can be able to say, change myself, become hipster today, but then tomorrow I can change my face, right? But in the society of living in America, you can. It's your options is very limited, right? And I'm not saying it's limited in as far as like growth and monetary or business wise. I'm sky's the limit in America. I get it, but what I'm talking about as far as being able to maneuver in your own skin. A lot of these people are literally taking themselves out because they can't operate. Just because a motherfucker say, "Yo, that looks weird," I don't like that. I don't like the way society talks about me because they say I'm weird for wearing pants. Nigga, everybody's gonna talk shit about it. Everybody's gonna talk shit about it. It's okay, bro. Get over it. Just like motherfuckers talk shit about people in the fucking athletes when they're having a bad game. 2 games ago, they was killing. Now this game, everybody's shitting on them because they had a bad day, right?
I mean,
There's gonna
at the end of the day,
period.
with this whole shit, Drake could give 2 fucks what we think about him. I mean,
Absolutely.
but we're talking.
honestly,
No,
my dude's got more money than we'll ever see, probably, and he does not give a shit what we think about his painted nails. And that's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not about money.
No,
It's
no,
not about
no,
money.
Todd. I said this earlier. No,
Yeah.
that's not it, Todd. He does not give a fuck about his fans. That's the issue. It's not about
That's true too.
that's not it's not about, oh yeah, we don't, Drake ain't giving a fuck about us and da 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 da
No,
da.
he don't give a fuck
That's
about
not the
nobody.
issue.
He don't
I
give a
think
fuck
he does.
about nobody.
Actually, I do think he gives a fuck about us. I think
No, he doesn't. No, he fucking doesn't.
no,
And
I think he
give
does.
two
I
shits
think
about, well,
I
if he
think the
did,
fact that
he
he
would
does,
never painted his fucking nails.
I
Drake
think that's why he does it.
2009 gave a fuck
I
about
think that's
what
why
was
he
up.
does it.
Drake now does not give a fuck about what
That's
was
the only
up.
way you're gonna pay attention because,
Look, we're
like, most
using.
black people don't pay attention to shit. At the
Let
end
me
of
bring
the
this out
day,
together. Let me bring this out together. Jay Adams brought it out. We were talking about branding, right? And your brand. This literally, the reason why we use Drake as an scapegoat for this, because this literally shows you brand, right?
Right.
His fans were upset with it.
Right.
Now, when your own business, when your own fans is upset with it, what does that say? You don't give a
didn't
fuck
market
about
yourself
your
right.
fans.
no, wait, hold it.
He
That's
doesn't
the
care about
whole.
the fans.
This whole
No,
thing is
what he
We're
does.
talking
He does.
branding. Wait. We're talking branding, right?
Yeah, but
My
at
brand
some
is
point,
this.
yeah, at some point in
Wait.
time in branding, you need to turn around and test what your brand is. Unless you,
Bro,
if you don't know
He
what that.
controls the brand, the purchaser or the person marketing it. Like if he wants to change his brand to where he's cool with having painted nails, then that's his right to do.
It's a change of direction. Is like,
Right, but
you know,
would you advise, this show is built around showing artists how to maneuver themselves. Now,
He on
would you
top of the
advise,
game. He ain't trying to
wait,
change nothing. He
Maybe,
on
come
top of
on,
the game.
maybe he
you
was.
don't think
Maybe
he's
he was.
trying to change something by doing that move? Like, why would you do that move? He's
Hell
not
no.
stupid.
What do you need to do that
Maybe he
for?
was. Maybe
He
he
the
was
top dog.
wrongly advised.
Yo, I could go on the internet and post a naked picture right now, okay?
you
And
have, bro. We saw the video.
no,
You
no,
have.
that was a long that was a long time ago. I'm telling like right now, like I could like pose and do like a naked picture on the internet right now, and put it on Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, all of them, whatever. And I could get 1 million views. What does that mean? Like, yeah, it'll
That
generate a
means
certain amount of wealth to an extent, but if you do not understand like
y'all
how
don't
you can
see it.
move forward, it's a problem.
Y'all
Maybe,
keep
maybe,
going
maybe
running all these
6 years
semantics,
ago
bro.
it would have. Maybe
Look,
6 years ago it would have got a lot of like, oh my goodness. But
man, y'all
now
don't
that
see it.
all these music
You don't think you're
videos,
gonna
people
look at that
making
girl?
music videos with no clothes on, like
Can I
that's
tell you
nothing.
guys?
And
It's always been like that. It's always been like that. That's how. That's the biggest artist. You're telling me you ain't seen them naked? Name me
No,
one artist that is a
no,
big artist that you have
I have
not seen
not.
them naked.
I haven't seen a lot of
I
them
have
naked.
I
I
have
don't look
not
for
seen
them.
none of them naked.
I'm all set. I haven't
And
seen them
you're
naked.
playing. The fact of
I
the
have
matter
not
is,
seen.
no, you've
No,
seen them in their drawers or something. Like you've seen them.
what
Mm-mm.
the?
Seen who in they draws?
Well, name me one of your biggest artists. I'll tell you.
Well,
Like I'll
y'all
find
know
that
he
shit
said he
right
had
now.
just got
I
out.
could Google it and I'll show you the picture.
Y'all know he just said he just got out the closet the other day.
Mm-mm.
He's
Yo,
ready for
you
You
the
seen
guys
most
are
people in
high.
their
playing. You're
drawers.
playing big time
Si-
playing.
Simon
Simon's
says.
beauty
Simon
take
says.
brought to you
Simon
by Solo
says.
Cup.
Yo, I'm telling you, that's what they do.
Simon says. Take
I've
off your
got pictures
clothes.
of people jumping off cliff tops. It's not like something that just happens like in like, oh yeah, I'm gonna release like a music video or I'm gonna release like a music track. But you'll see the background journalism and you'll see them doing things and journalists snapshotting them and doing things where they'll expose themselves in a certain type of way. And the fact of the matter is we're not disconnected to this. If you're an artist, right, you're all out. And that's a fact. Like you're turning around and going, yo, I'm gonna expose myself to the rest of the world. So it's just a matter of how much levels you're willing to actually put yourself through that. And that's just not a civilian position. Like
Okay,
civilians
so let me
usually
give you
are
guys.
kind of like just chill. Do you get what I'm
So let
saying?
me give you guys a little bit something that I show my clients, right, when I have like these console calls, I like to say they are, but pretty much I show people how to strategize on their brand, right? How to find pockets in the industry and identify what that target audience is and be able to sell to that audience,
right? But it all goes back to the person who's selling the fucking brand. That's what it all goes back to. And if you're not understanding that what you're selling is what people believes, they believe in that. So if I'm going to paint my nails, what audience am I trying to appeal to or market to be able to get that dollar value?
Ding,
Hmm.
And
We don't talk about
Drake said, I ain't taking no picture in no pink flamingo robes, but I'll paint my nails. Maybe he had to do it contract.
Facts. That's exactly you hit the you
So,
hit right on the nail. Right there.
so this is what I think Drake's doing, and Drake's done a good job with this anyway. With the artists that he selects to be featured with and do features for us, he's just keeping up with the kids, man. This
Right.
is a trend that the younger generation's doing. And I think he's just trying to show that he's still, he's still that dude to these younger kids. So
He's going through a midlife
Probably
crisis.
yeah, I've heard so far.
There's no midlife crisis. He's rich as fuck. Like it's like
Oh,
the
like
fact of the matter is, it's like
Just because he
I
got
just think
money,
he's trying to
just
stay
because the
relevant.
person has money in their bank doesn't mean life is still not going to happen. You're still going to grow. You're going to trip. You're going to feel sad. You're going to feel happy. Those things are still going to happen no matter what you
yeah,
got.
but I can fix it quicker than you can. Like the thing about being rich is like at the bottom line, I'm not being funny about nothing. I'm just saying, like, if let's say like you had a plumbing issue and your sink was needed to be fixed tomorrow, and you can afford to do that, and
Yeah,
I could, it'll be
yeah,
fixed in a minute, and
it's
it'll make your
I
whole
mean,
life
that ain't
less
midlife
stressful
crisis.
in
She's talking
a couple of
about he's
seconds.
going through something like your ex-wife was going through, to where he's got to change. Like, once a guy hits a certain age, man, shit changes for him.
Yeah, but
They don't see themselves
she
as
ain't
that
gonna
young guy no more. They don't
she
see
ain't gonna change.
themselves like that no more. So now they're
This
going to
is where
go
we
out and they're going to do stuff that they used to do when they was 20. They're going to get the fancy car, the fast car. They're going to get, they're going to try to hang around younger women. They're going to try to do things to make themselves feel relevant no more, because they don't feel relevant no more. And that's what I think we're seeing with Drake to a certain extent. Not that he doesn't feel relevant, but he's trying to stay relevant with his image. He's marketing himself to the young children.
No, but he knows he can do that. I think that's the thing about Drake and any other artist that surpasses him. Like, I mean, there's a huge difference position, and I'm just saying this, with men and women, hormonally, it's a huge difference. I mean, like you could look at this historically, or you could look at it in present time. Like, go to some people's videos, female rappers, Cardi B, Lil Kim, just see their timeline and their timestamp, and you'll see the change in them. Go to people like Fat Joe, um, RZA. Men don't change like that. Women do change. Their whole position changes, and it's not their fault. And this is the thing that.
So when you say their whole position changes, what are you talking about? Like how they look?
How they look, how they roll.
Because that's
It's a
what we're talking
hormonal
about with
thing.
Drake, is how he looks. All right.
Yeah, exactly. But Drake
So
knows exactly
women
knows
are
what
overly
he knows exactly what
sexualized
he's
in
doing.
this industry. So women are overly sexualized in this industry, and it started with Little Kim and the Foxy Browns, and stuff like that. That's how they were marketed. So they had to stay on brand.
Yeah, but they're
Right.
not stupid, are they? So
Right.
it's like
So they had to go get the plastic surgery.
Right,
They
exactly.
had to
No,
get the
they didn't
breast
have to do.
implants.
No,
they
they
had
didn't.
to get the butt implants.
No,
They had to get
No, they didn't have to.
to stay on brand. They didn't
The
have
word
to go do
have
it.
They don't have to
naturally.
but if
But
their
that
company
was their
says
brand. That's how they were selling music. So they
exactly,
went and did those things because that's how they felt they needed to stay relevant.
exactly.
But that's a good point. But I'm just saying, like,
100 years,
their
100 years
predecessors.
ago, I put the microphone down because I wasn't with it. Like
Mm.
if I'm not up in here, we're not writing and creating, and you want me to take my clothes off, then I gotta leave the studio. That's not what I came here for. Now, if we want to hook up later, if I'm feeling a little la, let me make that choice, but don't take it from me, and don't tell me that you're not gonna produce my shit or get up in here unless I'm coming in here dropping my drawers.
Well, you know, the music industry is run by men. Let's talk about it. I mean, come on.
Yeah, you're seeing a lot of the executives in the movie industry for the same thing.
Right, but don't forget they're also run by a lot of women who are benefited from bringing in more women.
Right.
Music
Yeah,
trafficking, different.
what you're exactly what you're talking on is been in the reverse. Like I've been in situations where women have tried to manipulate me in those sort of situations. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really like just a man thing. But the thing is like we know what we're getting involved with, and we can't keep blaming people. Do you get what I'm saying? The blame game was something that sort of was highlighted in like the 1990s due to government changes or whatever. It's just sort of like put in our brain is like, oh, you can just blame people. It's like, no, you've been brought up like anybody else. You've had the same education like everybody else. Yeah, you may have had discrepancies, but the fact of the matter is you have your own mind. So like, if you're gonna walk into this situation where it's like, yo, this guy turning around to me and going, yeah, this is a photography saloon session and we're going to make you a superstar, are you going to be so naive to just think that, or are you going to think twice about it? Because like guy up here, yo bro, would you do that?
or or
Or
do are you working for a company, like you said, that's going to benefit off of what they get out of you as an artist? So if I hire you as an artist, I want to make sure you got on nail polish, because there's more gays that put money in my pocket. So you're going to have to put on some nail polish, because I want that audience as well. I want to attract everyone.
the thing is there's always I got told this. I was like, there's always someone being paid. So regardless of your ambition and what you want to do, there's always someone on the back end being paid. And that's what we don't realize, because we're not the one on the front end being paid. We're trying to achieve something. So it's like you're walking into that studio, you're walking into that set, you're walking into the this, that, and whatnot, and you're thinking, oh, I'm trying to achieve something, and someone else is being paid, and it's like that's a juxtaposition, because it's like they don't really give a crap about you, and but you're putting all this effort into it to ensure that you can like put your future down. And it's a very complex thing. I think people really underestimate the entertainment industry and people that are involved in the entertainment industry, because we're very, very smart people, and that's why we get pulled back when something in terms of reaction, in terms of rejection, because we know we're smart people.
I wanted to go back to what Miss Leanne was talking about. It's man running this industry, talking about like it's a male dominated industry.
I was going to just say real quick what Simon said is, also think about it. All the times people make a joke right now today about Milli Vanilli, it's always about what? That they weren't singing. They had somebody else singing, right? But Milli Vanilli wore nail polish and they wore skirts too. They wore them skirt looking type of outfits. But nobody talks about that. Everybody just talk about that they weren't really singing.
They did a whole heap of shit. Like, oh Christ Almighty, the way they were manipulated was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? You take two German dudes who can't even speak English. That you going, okay, look for an
And
example.
he did it. It was the record that wasn't.
Well, basically, they took two guys that looked good enough to make money because the singers weren't attractive. So those were the front guys for the real singers. The singers that did the music for Milli Vanilli were not attractive people, so they couldn't market them. They didn't think they could market them. So they got these two guys who they thought they could market, put them up there and made them puppets. Happens all the time in all industries.
Well, I mean, it happens all the time in people that we see right in front of us. the marketing, like, do we think that Drake going around with nail polish on is an accident? Do we think that what is the backstory? Was it to attract more gay followers? I mean, I don't think that's really the situation, but more is
Yes, it was to attract more gay followers. Okay, thank you.
Why?
I mean, that's a legitimate question because that's the question.
We're talking about brand, right? It's to enlarge your brand, to expand your brand, right? What other best way would I be? Now, I could be reaching, but
right.
Why would you be doing this? What's the need?
You've been in a gay. I have.
Huh?
How many of you have been in a gay club, like a dance club?
I have. I've gone to a gay club.
Go do it. It's fun.
I've gone to a gay club.
Music. They're listening
dance for the music.
Yes. And my sister
dragged me into one.
Simon been to a gay club.
My sister dragged me into it. It's like boom, 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 boom.
Get it.
and not only that though, but not only that, at one point they tried to phase out house music, and then the way they did it is if you wanted to hear that type of music, you had to go to a gay club.
Right, Mrs. There you go.
Simon, no.
Well, no, I do because I got sisters. Like they don't even know who they are. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've had that experience where it's like some of my sisters have dealt with some crazy stuff. So it's like, you know,
they didn't know that you were a man.
Yeah.
I can't.
I ain't even trying to prove it to them. I tried.
but it definitely goes back to, like, you know, what are you trying to prove here as a brand? When you're an artist building a brand, we keep using Drake as an scapegoat because of the nails, only because he's the only one that done it on a drastic level. No artists have done it like this. That's what that's the whole big picture.
Right. The guys like A$AP Rocky and those guys came in like that.
Yeah, you get what I mean?
Drake's never done this that we know of. He's never done this before, and now all of a sudden he's doing it out the blue. Like I said, I think he's just trying to stay relevant with the younger generation, man. That's. And I think
he's appealing to another crowd. He's
definitely trying to appeal to a different crowd.
I'll do the same thing. I don't care. Like I really wouldn't care, to be honest. Like, because when it boils down to it, is like I do have. I don't care like that. I swear to God.
I'm sorry, Simon. I'm sorry.
No, I swear to God, I don't care that when it boils down to it, we could be as dishonest as we want, but like, you know, I don't care like that. You get what I'm saying? Like, I have not done all of that sort of stuff, and I've not had the privilege to do it. But I'm interested to think, okay, if someone turned around to me and said, look, you know, I'm going to give you $50K to just like put some nails in your damn hands.
You would.
I'm going to be like, huh? No, I'll think about it.
You would. If you would think about it, you would. If they told you.
Why are people out here scratching national lottery?
I want you to walk around with this dildo ass for $40 million. You would walk around with that dildo.
But what do I really have to lose? Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, you know, $40 million.
That's your elasticity in your butthole.
Right.
Oh snap! I thought my thing was still on. My fault.
There's gonna be somebody out there attracted to me. Like, you get what I'm saying? It has to happen. That's just life. That's Hollywood.
Man,
that's what it is. It's like,
why do you think people make films?
I know.
Picking on Simon on I Love You, Simon, but that video said that you've already done the dildo thing, bro.
I appreciate you.
Simon says.
I'm just kidding with you.
Simon says.
I'm just kidding.
I appreciate you. I mean, but
that was good. That was so good.
The thing about life is many people have not actually appreciated a dildo that works. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I'm content. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I don't really need one. But at the same time, some people do.
Humor, bro.
My life's cool, man. I'm happy.
I agree.
I'm like,
Uh,
yeah.
Like,
Anyone that could pour into me, I'm like, yeah, that's extra. But apart from
did you
that,
just say you said nobody knows the benefits of a good dildo?
yeah,
Oh,
Wow.
they don't.
I'm sure there's a few people that know the benefits of one. I'm not one, but I'm sure there's some people that know.
I'm not one neither. I pass.
They sell a shit ton of them because I deliver a bunch. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Pass.
it's an industry, so that's what it is. But I don't need it, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
But
pass.
you don't need it, but you know the benefits of it, huh? So
Of course, you need to. That's business. What are you talking about?
I just like how you cleared up that you don't need it.
hell no.
I got something over here. I don't
That
need
should be
nothing.
applied.
Leanne, can you say something to your
I
boy?
can get brought into this.
Come on,
Yeah,
Leanne.
come on,
Let's
Leanne.
go now. Let's
Can
go,
I what?
Leanne. Let's
You're
go.
too quiet.
Chop,
You
chop.
Miss
Let's go.
Leanne,
Yeah.
you know this is weird now. This is getting very weird now. When
Right.
Simon started talking about the benefits of dildos, this is starting to get very weird.
Yeah,
We
we
were
It's
got to
talking
bring
not
his
about
weird.
back.
Come on, then. This is
we were
like
talking
talking.
about
Why?
branding.
When
See-
people
see what
start
happens
talking
when
about
Jay
weird to
leaves?
me,
Jay
I'm like,
leaves,
why
shit
is there
goes off
wine
the
on the
rails.
shelf? It's
I think
ridiculous.
it's
Do you get what I'm
funny.
saying?
We're all grown and we're all like giggling over dildo. I mean, like seriously, it
Yeah,
doesn't face me in the least.
Because I've
there's
never fucked
wine
with a
on the
dildo.
shelf.
That's why it's funny as fuck, okay? I've never
Okay.
fucked with a dildo. I've never been around dildos. That's why I think it's hilarious, because it seems like a myth.
But they exist, right? They exist.
I
I
don't
ain't
know.
build
I've
it.
never
I ain't create it.
been around one.
I was in the architecture, so it's just like it is out there, and people might not say they mess with it, but they do. They do.
Did you architect a dildo?
Well, I don't mess with it. You can have your
I
dildo.
wish I
Oh,
built
shit.
the
Hey,
business
hey, you know what I just heard? You can mold your dick and have females to purchase it.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's a
Yeah,
thing.
they've been doing that.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
Really?
been a
yo,
thing for
check
a
out
while.
check out the 85 South show, man. Like, because like they had a whole lady
I
up
can
there
mold my
with
dick right now.
load of
I can
instruments.
mold it.
Like
My wife,
she
my
had
wife's like,
loads of
Bigger
instruments.
question: is that cheating?
Men can purchase it.
no.
Too.
Is that cheating if you mold it and other girls are getting all of your stuff?
This lady did it. She years ago, when her husband was dying, she made him have an erection, and she did it because when he left, she told him she'll never cheat on him.
Oh,
That's morbid.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
you know who else did that was Screech from Saved by the Bell.
Ding ding.
He did.
Right
That's
by the bell.
Screech from Saved by the Bell
Yeah,
had
but
his
what-
own dildo line.
By the bell too.
He had his own dildo on?
No. He had a line.
Oh,
Yeah.
that molded his dick?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm
Look it up.
thinking about
It's
it.
real
My
shit.
wife just told me about it right now. I'm thinking about it. My wife just told me. Mold your dick. I'm like, what? So when you said like, yo, is that considered cheating? I'm like, nah, that's more like prostitution.
Yo, people be treating out here 3D printers.
Hey.
That's what people be treating it.
That's more like
As long as I'm getting a check from it, I don't think
What?
girls would care.
What? What do you?
So
You say
Leanne and Riri, would you guys be okay with your man's molded dick out there and people purchasing your man's molded dick?
I
could care less as long as we're getting the check.
That's exactly right. As long as that check's coming in every month, who gives a shit?
Uh-uh.
My wife
He ain't
says,
doing it.
plastic,
He
get the
ain't doing
plastic.
it.
It ain't like none of them chicks are gonna know it's you.
Well, just so you know, they can also make a silicone mold of a woman's vagina.
Oh,
And
nice.
it.
He said, "Oh, nice."
So you like people
Oh, nice.
Hey,
Yeah, I
just,
keep mine in a tight bag. I would never do
just,
that.
Whoa.
just to let you know, we're about 3 hours in, and I'm about a half bottle of rum.
That last thing was a killer, man. God damn, you gotta keep that shit up.
It's Riri. What you say?
I didn't say anything.
He said mine is on.
I heard somebody say they gotta look that up.
That was lively. Oh God.
I'm messing
So
with
so Leanne, you wouldn't care. So obviously the ladies wouldn't care if the guy had a molded dick
So
out
how
there.
would you men feel? Ask the men. How would you men feel if your wife's vagina was on sale and she was getting a lot of play? Her company was going up.
Well,
See, that's
I
what
would
women.
rather
See,
her
this is
toy be getting all the play instead of her.
you,
So as long
I'll
as
be
she ain't
talking
getting
like,
I'm good.
what's your stock
hey,
market
hey,
looking like?
this is why men have. This is why women say men are immature because most men would still not go for that shit.
Yeah,
Exactly. Y'all
yeah.
know what y'all one standard ass is. You be like, hell no. Everybody gonna be okay.
I mean, her picture can't be on it.
Come
That's
on,
what I'm
think about
saying.
it. You could get that. Look, think about it.
Nobody
Nobody
never
knows
has
the
to
top.
know.
We're
Nobody
When
gonna
I
have
ever
to
say
use
if
a
has to
model.
know.
Todd, if
Yeah.
you could buy that, Todd and Simon would buy the Beyonce 3000.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
because I know
No,
I can mold that shit.
I don't
That's no
need it.
problem.
Why would I?
You
I
wouldn't,
wouldn't-
Todd. Come on, you wouldn't purchase the Beyonce
no,
3000.
no,
Are you
not at all.
serious?
Yes.
Come on, if you had a chance to purchase the 2024 Beyonce 3000,
Is it Beyonce?
yes, it's
Beyonce,
No, no,
Beyonce's
no.
Beyonce's
Like
like a
in the
3000.
robot,
flesh,
man. Like
Beyonce
I ain't
for
Yeah,
gonna
real.
but
buy
don't
Exactly.
shit.
Hey,
don't
If it's the
nobody know her.
Beyonce that's married to Jay
What
Z, I'd take that shit. But if not, then
what if
no.
she got an ugly coochie? And everybody's like, yeah, I'll buy
Look,
one.
it's the Beyonce that's it's the punani that Jay-Z's tapping every night.
I don't.
Yeah, but you
I
gotta
need
think
the
about
whole
who Jay
woman.
Z is. Like,
The whole
it's
woman.
like,
I don't
No,
need
you don't. No,
I don't
Todd,
need
you're
the
not gonna
section.
get the Todd. You're not gonna get the whole woman. You're gonna get
Well,
the
I understand
vajayjay,
I'm not
just
gonna
the
get the whole woman.
vajayjay.
That's why I don't need it.
Oh man.
There's no
Beyonce is
point.
like, that
There's no
she's
point.
like,
I
she's
listen. I
like,
don't care if they mold Mandingo. If they bring Mandingo, they do a séance and bring him back from the damn burial and mold that. I'm all set. I just pass on the chemicals, the fakeness, all that other stuff. Next thing you
Yeah,
know, I think that's just.
yeah,
right.
that's
Do,
real. All
hey,
that
hey,
shit don't mean anything.
Leanne, and Miss Riri, do you guys have any body work done?
No.
No.
No. Oh, natural.
Yep.
Okay, that's good. That's good because men don't like that's like a no. And I wanted to talk about like patriarchy and side of like why patriarchy is better for women than matriarchy is, and it's because of you guys are continue to stay protected, even though you guys may most women like, oh my god, I want to live, like I want to live, and I want to make choices for my own self, and I don't want you to make choices for me. I just want to go off and do it myself, and I want to vote, and I want to do this, and I want to do that, and then there's like no significant progress in it, right?
Huh?
And I think that, and
Yeah.
it's not.
In studies minor. So you're in dangerous ground here.
Oh yes, I know I am. So I'm saying is there's no real
Rebel
benefit.
maker.
There's there's there's
Mm-hmm.
no real benefits to women leading society.
Really. And
Wow,
what,
No, there's no.
Oh
Let me know.
Lord.
right?
man,
So,
on that, I'm turning
Leanne,
my
listen,
camera
Leanne.
off on this one.
Leanne, don't
Wait,
fall for it.
wait,
Don't fall
wait.
for that bait. Don't fall for that. Just walk right on by that bait.
Yeah,
Leanne,
Been playing
Yeah,
devil's
Leanne,
advocate.
I'm listening.
Leanne,
You're not saying anything.
Miss Riri trying to
Don't
save you.
you believe him?
She's trying to save you. I'm a shark when it comes to these topics. This topic right here, oh, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
shark.
uh,
Oh, I'm a shark.
Mm-hmm.
Because because I fought with feminists. I fought with the highest level of feminism in the fucking country, and they can't get around the fact of men are very logical in the time of need when things needs to be at hand, and women are more emotional, and it's hard for a woman to turn off that emotional state when she's dealing with certain aspects in life.
Is
Period.
that really the truth, or is that just as men tell
So that's
themselves?
facts. So that's facts. That's the innate facts. The innate facts of a woman.
Based on?
Based on life, and we don't have to do statistics on that. If you want to do statistics on that, then that's gonna really shit on you. But we just saying facts, just the basic
Why
facts
you
on
gotta
life.
shit on us? Ew.
I don't want to shit. I don't mean it like that. But what I'm saying is, it
Stop
would
using that
my
dildo. You
point
can
even
hold it.
that much more. Like it would prove my point that much more. Like think about it. If men can raise kids better than the average woman, the average man can raise a child better than the average woman, right? just like a two-parent household. It has the statistics rate matches a two-parent household from a single man. A single man has the statistic rate of a two-parent household, 70%, right? The
Where
majority of prisons that are filled up right now are due to single mother household. It's a proven fact, right? All the shit that have happened has been due to single mother household. Now, I'm not saying that there are no great mothers out here. I am not saying the exception. I'm not talking about no exception to the rule. I'm talking about the general across the board, right? If 70 to 80% of marriages are divorced by the women, initiated by the women, right? And 70% of those marriages are held by the men trying to keep it together. Yep, they might have fucked up. They might have did this or did that. They might not have been bringing enough money in or whatever the case may be, but they're still trying to make it work out. But the woman still initiates it, right? That's statistics rate. Like when we talking about when matriarchy leads the society, it doesn't goes to benefit both. It benefits one, right? It does not benefit men and women. It only benefits women. It does not benefit men. Let me know how feminism, and then let me know how feminism helped women. It has not helped women. It has brought like torment, stress. But I could be wrong. You could correct me if I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, first of all, you just made a bunch of statements. You didn't ask any questions, and you also didn't offer any supporting evidence to verify what you were talking about.
That's right. That's cute. Without a counteract to what I'm saying. That's cute though.
How do you counteract what you're saying? I'm just regurgitating what I just heard.
And what you heard was the truth.
Based on your opinion.
No, based on facts. You can go look these facts up. I can show you facts all fucking day. You can go look up white demographic. You can look up black demographic. You can look up U.S. demographics. And the demographic says that women host the third largest a third of the debt in America is led by women. Women are the most hyper spenders. Society is built. I mean, like you guys have it in your corner. You guys are leading and running it. But it's leading the society in no way, shape, or form as a progress. It's fucking going downfall, right? And then we get all these extra women. That's why now women are fighting against feminism. 5 years ago, you would never see that shit. Now there are a multitude of women who are fighting against. I think they call like the Pick Me movement or some shit like that. But they're fighting against the whole feminism shit. Like we need men. We need to be able to work with men. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, I pay my own bills. I do my bitch. That's what you're supposed to fucking do. You're an adult. You don't get fucking a cookie because you pay your bills and shit. Like the fuck?
Men want a cookie when they take care of their children.
No, we don't. Y'all just think we do.
I do.
I don't want no cookie taking care. Like that's my child. Like you know what, Miss Leanne, you're right. I've gotten that when I've been out, and I hate it. I hate when people congratulate me when I'm with my fucking kids. Man, that's such a good thing you with your kids, man. What the fuck? Like,
right?
Yeah.
They don't do that.
We need
They
to
don't do that to white dads. You don't see people seeing the white dads at the park going, "Oh, great job! It's great to see you with your kid."
Right.
Why they
That's
only
right.
do it to black people? It's like, and we
Right.
need to stop accepting that shit.
I hate it. I hate that so much. Like it's normal. I'm with my son. Like I'm with my daughter. We chilling. We playing basketball. Like it shouldn't be like, oh my God, look at this black father with his kids. What the fucking crap? Like this is amazing. The fuck, right? I get irritated with that shit. And so you're right, Miss Leanne. I give you that. Because that's something that I do not agree with. I don't think it should be a praisable thing just because a woman is taking care of kids. Motherfucker, you had the child, and that's what you just do. It's natural. It's just a part of life. You think a fucking lion is getting praised by other lions because she's taking care of the pride? No, they're like, bitch, you leave your pride, we're gonna eat them motherfuckers.
Which once again, why I said was another reason why I went down to family court, even though a lot of people opposed of it, and I didn't care what everybody said because they're not dealing with my business. I went and canceled child support Like, I'm not going to be in your system. You're not going to tell me how to run my shit. You're not going to rob him because you helped me where I was in time of need. You want your money back. You getting that shit back anyway because you charge me state taxes. Then if I buy a house and I pay the sales tax, why I got to pay you property tax every year? I already paid the taxes on it. Then I got to get more taxes to ask for taxes to try to file my taxes. Come on with that bullshit.
See, this is what
So
I'm about. I'm all about nuclear family. I'm all about two people coming together, having a great family, and then and if that doesn't work out, then maybe they should practice polygamy. Maybe.
Only
What? What is she saying about the taxes? You went into some multiple tax situation.
Oh, I was
No,
just
no,
saying how,
she was saying how you
basically
pay.
we get taxed for everything.
so
Mm-hmm.
so when we left your country, we left it because we didn't want to be taxed without representation. So our country just decided to tax us with representation. That's that's basically what happened. We just elect people to tax us now.
Exactly.
guys realize that part of the reason they left the country wasn't just for taxes; it was because they wanted to, and slavery had outlawed it.
They wanted to start the new world.
Right.
Yep.
So yeah,
And they,
that's the
Do you,
text
do you re-
printed in Texas is that it's because of taxation and tea, but the reality, and it also had to do with not being religious, not because they wanted to be able to practice their own religion. It was that they didn't want to have to be tied to the church and the state at the same time.
Exactly.
But it,
that's great.
the Christian nation, it wasn't a Christian nation until like 1965. They put that shit on.
Yeah, I let y'all have that Christian shit. I don't fuck with
Yeah.
that shit.
I was just bringing up the tax point just because
Yeah.
that was relevant.
And
Does
the reason why I
everyone
don't fuck with that shit, because Christian shit has brought beta maleism to the fucking forefront. Right.
do you believe that taxes have anything to do with religion? Or
Fuck
do you,
yeah, it's all up in the fucking book, bro. They categorized it. Then they made it seem like, oh, it's our duty to pay taxes within the land. When the book has been made up by 60 some odd motherfuckers, and you cannot tell me that these books are the actual books that came from Hebrew out the Torah, right? No, these are a bunch of neuroscience, neurologists, think tank people who came up with this whole ideology of creating a new world religion. And
Right.
if
And
you
then
keep
what you said, Simon, and
Pagan
what you just said, Biz, is think of the word religion too. When you said, so do you think we're being taxes because of religion? Like in an inadvertently way, I say yes, because if you look at the word religion, doesn't it mean like one of many? So we're being taxed by one of many. But that's why I don't say I'm religious. I'm not one of many. I don't believe in 1,000 gods. You know what I'm saying?
so this book that people read a lot and that they get it twisted. When the book even says don't believe in religion, then the book also says that Israel's black until the sun, right? Then the book also says that Solomon said, I am black and calmly. That means I am black and beautiful, right? So you start seeing that, okay, cool, we get it. The book is I just gave you two references there. You just like, okay, the book is a black book, right? But it's been preached to us and taught to us in a narrative that we're supposed to appreciate and love our masters. When the master and the servant is two different things. A servant actually gets paid. A master pays the servant. The master is only considered like a boss or a CEO. You know what I mean? He has servants. Now, when you're enslaved, that's forced. That's not something that's different. So you're taking this book and you're going to tell me that it's for me and a benefit to benefit you. Right? And this is what we have. Don't teach them what you know. If you know all the information, don't tell them what you know. So obviously they knew who the fuck these people were that came out of Seville, Portugal, that migrated up in northern Africa, that migrated all the way down to the west coast of Africa. And then when the whole treaty came out with the papal bull and the fucking pope that brought out the papal bull in the 1500s, that what started the whole fucking slave trade, right? In the beginning of, I want to say late 1400s, like 1419, the papal bull came out. right? Which is an executive order to enslave the people that were in Africa, right, by the white settlers. But not knowing that Africa was already occupied through a peace treaty through Africanus Scipio, which is a Greek fighter who was fighting in Greek times. If you guys don't understand that, back in those times in the medieval days, they would fight different sections of the continent, and whoever won that area was named after them.
And not only that, supposedly when the first people who changed the Bible, because the Bible was different languages, were the Greeks. The Greeks were the first people to actually change up the Bible.
See, I mean,
Yo,
I don't try to,
sometimes
look, I don't try to get too crazy. I don't try to get too crazy. I just like to know where things come from,
yeah,
right?
I think sometimes
I have a different view on Greeks, Hebrews, whites, all this other extra shit. I just have a different view on it, and I don't look at one race as better than the other, but I do know that there are people that's superior than others, right? And that's hard to say, and that's mean to say, because we all want to say that we all equal, but you could obviously fucking see in sports that that's not fucking true. We are not fucking equal. You can
I was about
obviously
to say
see in
something, but
tech.
I'm agreeing with you right now.
Hold on. We can also see in tech that's not issue, right? You see a certain predominant race that's dominating the tech world. Then you see a certain race that's dominating the Olympic world, right? We can see what we're all great at, but we choose not to do that because we want to say that we're all inclusive. When what I'm seeing, it makes people fucking delusional. What I'm seeing on TV, I see 90% of sports that's played on my fucking TV on Sunday and throughout the week is black guys, right? But we're all equal. Well, obviously, these people aren't equal. They obviously have something within their body that gives them this edge on sports and be able to thrive or whatever, right? And if we understand that they did this on themselves because of slavery, they will breed the best of the best out of fucking slaves, and they got this. This is what you get now. It's kind of like the backfiring effect. Now your white daughter wants to date the black guy who's in high school now, and the black guy is going to stick that rod up in it. They're going to have mixed kids. Now the slave grandfather or the slave grandfather who was a slave back in time, he's going to be upset because now his granddaughter's dating the black guy. Well, motherfucker, you raised this nigga. You built this new world. And now you have this world that you don't like anymore. So now you're trying to kill him how you see him. You get what I mean?
And then equal, let's take that word equal, what you said, Biz. Let's throw that out there too. Equal, equality. We have to remember as well that it's a word and keep it in its place, because to me, equal or equality is nothing but a tool that they have been using for decades as a parchment of conditioning and enslavement. And we have to stop. That's how you conquer and divide. Oh, I want to be equal like you, so now we're going to keep fighting. I'm wasting my time trying to convince you that I'm just as equal as you are. Meanwhile, all the other shit that's going on in the background, when it's in your face, you've been so busy fucking trying to be equal that you've lost all your rights and who the fuck you
Facts. Exactly. You know what's another one is that the best thing I've heard, that rich white folks got poor white folks to believe the lie. You get what I mean? And that's so true. Y'all have no idea. Y'all have no idea how many tours I've been on with so many white people, and they've treated me so much love. They gave me so much honor. They've showed me so much greatness in this fucking world. I'm telling y'all, it's fucking night and day. Right? And I'm like, well, how do you people believe a certain narrative? And it's because of the rich white folks who are pushing down the propaganda. Right? When I sat in a room with John Botdorf, who was the vice president of Microsoft, when I sat in a room with this cat and sat down and had meetings and did a publishing deal with Microsoft, I was astonished just off of the intel that I was able to receive than the average white person. You get what I mean? So like it's so deep to where like we think when I need to pump an agenda, all I need to do is just share a certain agenda to my people, right? But when I want to work with somebody, I can work with this person on a different level because they have so many different talents and accolades that I could be able to profit with. See, when it comes to money, there's no color lines. When it comes to an agenda, there is. Damn, man, that's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Church.
That's fucked up. And I mean, my bad. I ain't trying to talk about nobody, right? I'm not trying to make it like a white and black issue, but I'm just saying just straight facts, right? Now people ask me, have you made most of your money with your own people? Fuck no. Fuck hell no. Never made a lot of my never made a lot of my money with my own people. A lot of my money came from a diverse group. Whites, Latinos, Asians, Orientals, Islanders, you name it. They're the ones that helped me keep my bills paid. My own people, I get it. They have it, right?
Yeah.
Most people like to argue, well, they don't have the wealth to do that. Bullshit.
I used to
Bullshit.
I used to say that joke was true when they said they were like y'all be trying to I'm sorry, be busy being mad at white people. Like you better get you a white friend.
Man, y'all tripping. Y'all tripping, man. People be tripping off the narrative because they're not seeing that when it's up at the top echelon, they understand money has no color. Agenda does. That's the difference.
Yo, I'll tell you something.
Simon says,
What's up, babe? Look, I'm just saying.
Look at it. Look at it. Spit gay. What's up, babe?
"Come on, Simon, what you
I'm
saying?"
just saying.
I've been cutting. Hold on, Simon. I've been cutting Miss Lauren off. Miss Leanne
Yeah,
off. I've been cutting her off.
yeah,
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Miss
And
Leanne.
you got something to say? I
Go
can
ahead.
retract.
Okay, so this is like you unloaded a lot there, and there's a lot to answer to. First of all, the race thing is a game that's being played to make sure people still have something to argue about, so they're not what's happening to everyone.
Yep.
Secondly, as a female, you have to acknowledge that women have been possessions longer than people of color. Women have been bargained off and sold as part of families to gain wealth, to whatever, with absolutely no regard to their well-being, safety, interests, or anything since the beginning of time.
Right, but women, a gender and a race is two different.
I understand that, but when you talk about that, do you realize that the Equal Rights Amendment still has not been ratified on a national level, and it first was introduced in 1932?
Right, but the Equal Rights Amendment has not done anything for women per se, other than leveling the playing field, bringing women to the workforce. Bringing women to the workforce, yeah, it's leveled the playing field. But now women complaining that there are not enough men who have enough wealth.
Ratified.
Huh?
It's not ratified on a national level. It's still a theory. It's not.
No, well, no, not necessarily. Women now, like right now,
for real, the Equal Rights Amendment is not law on a national level.
Right, but in state of California, it's on the state level. In state of California, oh, it's equal. Oh, it's equal as fuck. Oh, it's equal. You see women in the workforce just as much as men. You see women out there at the construction spots. Now, it might not be a lot of women at the construction spots, but when we talk about equality in California, I'm just speaking of California right now, right? I've been here for the past 5 years. I've been in California for the past 5 years.
Real life.
Consistently. And it's pretty fucking equal. I mean, it's pretty fucking equal, right? I see more men with less jobs. I mean, with not less jobs, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
He's saying it's equal between me and people of color.
No, I'm saying between genders. I was talking between genders.
That's what you're trying to say, but there's actual evidence that women are paid less for the same job, that Black women are paid less than white women for the same job, that Hispanic women are paid even less for the same job. And then
that's old news.
When it comes to raising kids, how many jobs does a woman have to support their children?
Okay, this is so great. This is so great. Oh, this is so great. That's old news. Oh, I'm so glad you said that. That's old news. Women are paid. Matter of fact, affirmative. We're not going to get to affirmative action because that's too play. That's child's play. Let's just say the bigger picture is that women are paid just as much as men. They have leveled the playing field. You cannot hire a woman and pay a man at the same right? Like if I was to hire a man and pay him, let's say $17,000 a month, and I'm hiring a woman, I'm going to pay her $15,000 a month. Literally, in law, you can be held in scrutiny as a business owner, right? I know this for a fact. As a business owner, I cannot hire a chick lesser than what I would hire a man for. I have to pay them at the same fucking rate or more. And nowadays, women are making more than men, period, of across the board, right? Entrepreneurship.
Black women are the highest educated demographic in the United States.
Okay, so when you say that they're underpaid, I'm like, well, that's bullshit, because I see so many women, black women at that, who are literally making over six figures easily, right? We see other races of women that's doing it too. And if you look at the at the pay rate podium, or the pay rate graph, or whatever they like to call it, in America, black people are literally at a medium of $34,000 a year. Black entrepreneurship and business make up only 2.2% of America's economy, right? And these are actual numbers. So when we say men are making more and a woman can't get more, I guarantee you, if me and you went to a job with the same credentials, I guarantee you that not only I would get the job with you, but they would pay you just as much as me. There's no, oh, because he's a guy, we're going to pay him more. There's no more of that no more. They stopped all that. That's against the law now. You can't even, I got a paper in the mail saying that, hey, we noticed that you have 10 people on your employment. We want to make sure that the pay rate is right. I had to pay rate, medical, dental. I had to pay for, just in case, like unemployment, just in case they, lose the job or something. I have to pay for unemployment. I got to put money in for that, right? So there's so many other aspects of where women are winning. I mean, winning. I do government contracting. Government contracting, the 8A program, literally specifically goes out to women. There's so many grants that are now available for women. I mean, I could go all day. I was like, if I was a woman right now, I would be a billionaire, because there's so many opportunities and money and benefits, because they're trying to alleviate that whole men got it better. Like I go back to saying, even if you give the woman the torch to lead, it has not led society in a great way, because now society is soft as fuck.
And let's not forget, they also those in charge in the back are like, oh shit, we got to do something different here, because that might be some more reparations. They don't want to do that. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not knocking on what you, and you're right, but Miss Leanne, I am so not knocking on what you're talking about. You're absolutely right. But what I'm saying is, if we do an actual research and due diligence on looking at the stats of women making much as men, or whatever the case may be, I thought I did a whole special on that women are not making much as men. So even if she says I want a man that make 100,000, most likely she makes 40,000. If she said I want a man that makes 200,000, most likely she probably makes 80 to 100,000. When the average woman takes off jobs more, they take on vacations more, and the average woman would not have at least $2 million to retire on, because they take off work late. I mean, they take off so many days from their job, right? But men don't have that. Literally, men can actually live with a $2 million, you know what I mean, at the end to sustain them for the next 10, 15 years, right? But they could work 30 to 40 years, hardly no days off. We don't get the luxury like women. We don't have a period. We don't have emotional issues day.
You're saying it's a privilege? You got me fucked up, man.
Oh, fuck yeah, it's a privilege to be a woman. There's woman privilege all around this motherfucker.
Yeah, what? Right. Yeah, that's no privilege. Trust me.
Okay. If it's not a privilege,
self-employed since I was 17 years old.
Right. Gang. I give you that. That's respect.
I have not gotten child support from one of them.
That's respect.
All of my kids have gone on and are relatively successful in the paths that they've chosen. Right. Everybody still what they want to do. Nobody's in jail. nobody's, in rehab.
That's right. That's right. Beautiful.
I work ass off. I don't get days off. Guess what? I own the fucking place. And if I don't open the doors, money doesn't come in.
Preach.
You can
Preach.
generalize all you want of the privileges that are going on. But, I came in, I had my last child back to work in less than 5 days doing the same job I did from the get-go.
Preach. Okay.
Same thing. Had a
Now what?
surgery on my knee and a complete fucking knee replacement. 5 days later, I was driving a fucking truck for my lazy ass boyfriend who couldn't get off his ass and go do it for the company I was running for him. Now, speak to my, I should have told him to pound sand, but I didn't, because my presence at the business was other people were dependent on it remaining successful. So in order to not have other people out of work during COVID, I chose to go in and do what needed to be done. There's not, you can generalize weakness and softness and all of those things, but that is what it is a generalization. Because I'm sorry, I know a lot of women I've dealt with, they go through a lot of shit and they're tough as fuck.
To you.
Trifling, are there trifling women? Are there people? There are trifling men, like the dude I had to go and work
I bet you there's more trifling women than there are men.
Well, there's no way to. I mean, you can make that statement, but where's your poll?
I can prove it.
That out.
I can prove it.
How?
I can prove it.
Probably for every 10 trifling women, I can throw you 10 women that are busting ass. I mean,
no.
We can
even God said don't trust a bitch.
But the bottom line here isn't whether somebody's
troublemaker.
That we complement each other as sexes. What men lack, women.
No, it's not, mama. Mama is not sexist. It's actual just life. There's a reason why you're feminine and I'm masculine, mama. There's a reason why my bones are built different and your bones are built delicate. There's a reason for that. Because you're meant to be feminine and beauty and sexual and sensual and all those great things of what a masculine does not have. That's why it's the yin and the yang. So when you get these women
turn into a fucking baby when they get the common cold, and women keep working and taking care of the kids and doing everything they got to do. The pain.
No, that's a personal situation. That's not the actual average man. That's a personal situation. The average man is going to like Todd, right? Me and Todd, right? Just look at me and Todd. Me and Todd, no matter if we have to fucking get up and our fucking toe hurts, we still got to get up and go move and work. There's no exceptions for that. Us as
days off.
No days off. Like it doesn't matter if you black, white, Chinese, or whatever. It's just your mind state. Your mind state. And women blame other guys for the weak ass nigga that they with. You can't blame me or the other man like Todd. You can't blame us for the weak ass nigga that most of these females get with, right? That's their due diligence of not vetting out that nigga, right? That's your job. Your father should have taught, not you, but the women's father should have taught them how to pick men.
The women that you're referring to,
which goes back
in the same way
back to the man in the house.
The men that I'm talking about that are trivial and trifling. There's a lot of us women out there who do not represent these women that you're referring to, who don't work their ass off, who don't work as a team, who don't better their lives, who don't raise their children with respect and responsibility, who don't try to bring people into their children's lives to balance out what they don't have. I mean, we are both planes. And this argument going back and forth where one is more responsible than the other is the trap.
Right.
Well, check this out.
Need to recognize that there are other people out there doing what needs to be done, and quit fucking spending our time and energy on these people who are fucking up and leave their asses in the dirt.
Okay, so who built society?
And everybody don't need to be left in the dirt.
I mean, answer the question. No, who built the buildings? We see the buildings, the buildings, the lights, everything we have around us. Who's built this motherfucker? It wasn't women. It was men.
Well, a lot of those women didn't have the option at the time. Let's be real.
So you mean to tell me that women were willing to get out there and build the Empire State Building? It wasn't on a mass level.
No, in World War II, when women had to go into work in masses, they didn't. They didn't start building planes. They didn't go into factories and take over the men's jobs. They didn't start welding, smeltering, and doing all the things that were done. Yeah, when they were
because the majority of those guys was already in war, and half of them were fucking dead in fucking Vietnam and all the other wars. So of course, yes, you're right.
But women, when given the opportunity,
there was a cause. No, there was a cause for that, right? There was a cause. There was a reason why that happened.
1973.
1973, what happened?
Married women weren't allowed to have their own bank account without their husband signing onto it. This is
okay, cool. Okay, cool. And then look what that led us. Look what that led us. Now women hold the highest debt in America. A third of America's debt is due to women. So you still want me to give you my fucking card? No.
So are any of them women raising children on their own?
Statistically proven, men are better at it. Statistically proven.
No, answer my question. You can't jump from one statistic to another to support something that's not related. You're saying a third of the women own the debt.
Yes, a third of America's debt, credit debt, is due to women.
Are a third of the women raising children on their own?
Well, that don't have shit to do with your debt.
It fucking doesn't. You got 3 kids, 4 kids, 5 kids, and you're trying to support them.
You run up the credit. Hold on. So you go run up the credit card bill because you got 3 kids? Just get the job.
And who's going to pay for the daycare? Where do you think
your job will stop fucking having kids or stop fucking
shopping?
Like I don't see why we hold on. I don't see why we use these semantics and shit when you could just stop fucking. You could just stop fucking.
Are you thinking if you have 3 children that you don't have the likelihood for a hospital bill out of the blue? Are you thinking that
they have Medicare?
Not everybody qualifies. If you're working and you have
Where you at? You in America or UK?
I'm in South Carolina currently, but
okay, cool. Okay, perfect. So you have the opportunity to get government assistance. That has shit to do with debt. That'll have nothing to do with credit. That's government assistance. That's food stamps for the kids. That's medical. That's all the whole thing you need to have to be able to be solidified. And
you're gauging it being easier in women. You're saying so. You're basically saying women are only doing what they're doing because they're getting assistance. I'm not on government fucking.
No, I'm not. No. I'm sorry. I'm not saying that because of assistance. What I'm saying is you don't have to go get a credit card and build debt just to feed your kids. There's other resources out there to be able to feed your kids. There's government assistance, there's shelter, there's food drives. There's so many other opportunities of community events that's giving away things, food, all type of shit that you can get for free. That you literally have food. There's drives happens every week at a church. I know this for a fact. Every church have a food drive every fucking week. They have to get it, and they have to give out the food because it's a nonprofit and they're getting it from the government. They have to pump this shit out. Every church in America does a food drive on Thursday, and if they don't have a food drive on not Thursday, but they have it once a week. Every church does it. Now, if they don't have that, that's not the church you should be at because their business not on point. But most good churches already have food drives and things that they're giving away to the community every fucking week. So I think it's excuses when we say these things. I think it's like we're so drawn because we're so stuck to media, and it's like, go get a credit card. Okay, go get another credit card. All right, go get. You know what I mean? It's like, no.
I think the thing with the credit card thing is a credit card will give you more upfront than those programs will. You see what I'm saying? Like WIC will give you, which is the government assistance for food, they'll give you so much per child, but then there's certain stuff you can't buy with WIC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's what WIC gives you gallstones, and you got to get your gallbladder removed because you're on that WIC diet. I mean,
because there's certain foods you can't buy with WIC, and then then let's say the person only has 1 kid but makes $30,000 a year or $28,000 a year, they may not qualify for for government assistance, depending on what state you're in, because there's a certain amount of money you can't make more than. So
Right.
Do you
then,
understand?
then
Hold
to
on,
get
Todd.
the
Todd,
assistance, no, I'm
Do you
talking from
gotta have
experience
money to
because
have
I've been
something,
on these
Todd?
programs. I've been on these programs. I know from experience that when you make a certain amount of money, the government will not help you.
Of
They will
course.
not
Absolutely
help
not.
you. If
I've
you
been
make
Yeah,
told no
$100 more than
forever.
that, they're not going to help you.
Yep. I've
right.
been
So,
It's
so
told.
what
I've
does
been
okay.
that
told.
do? So
I've been
that makes
told no
you
forever.
to get the assistance. That's going to make you not work as much. You see what I'm saying? It kind of holds you back to a certain extent because
Well, you
you
gotta pay
want
the
that
system.
government assistance.
Right.
That
Well, you gotta
government, if I
pay
can
the
lose
system.
$100 and get 2,000 in government assistance a month, I'm gonna lose that $100. You know what I mean?
Right.
Instead
Todd.
of trying to better myself to make that $2,000, and
It,
that's the
So
state of
Todd, let me
mind a
tell you a
lot of people
secret.
are in. And then those people that can't, they go get credit cards. Then they
You're
start
right.
spending shit. They're buying diapers. They're buying
Okay.
formula, which isn't cheap. Like I
Mm-hmm.
lost my first studio set to my
On a
first
credit
baby
card.
because I had to go pawn off my 808 and keyboards and
Right.
speakers and stuff to
But did you
put
put it on a
formula
credit
in my
card?
kid's mouth. You know what I mean?
But did you put it on a credit
So
card?
I didn't have credit.
I think.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You gotta have something to even get credit. You gotta have some money to even get credit. So the people that are in debt are middle class people. They're not your poor people that are on government assistance. The ones that are in this third of debt, this America's third credit, a third of America's credit debt is due to women. That's because of middle class people, middle class America. They're the
Not
ones
which
that
is
have
necessarily,
debt.
not necessarily, Biz,
which is a
because
Wait,
once
wait,
you
stepping
wait,
turn
wait,
stone
wait.
in the
18,
laundering.
Hold
once
on,
you
hold
turn
on.
Stepping stone
18,
in
they're
the
throwing credit
laundering.
cards at you, bro.
Huh?
They
Huh?
throw credit cards at. I had student debt, so I didn't qualify for that
See,
stuff.
that's different, right? So I didn't have student
But
debt. I didn't even have credit card debt because I understood the logistics of credit cards, right? But when I
right.
ended up learning about a credit card, I said, well, shit, load me up because I know how to use a fucking credit card. I have consistent
But the
income and I'm getting paid for that.
people that are in this cycle that you're talking about aren't educated. Let's face it, they're not. They didn't
No,
get a
but they're
chance to go
middle
to
class
college.
citizens,
They
bro.
didn't get a chance to go to college. They had a kid at
No,
16, 17 years old,
no, bro.
probably.
But
You see what
no,
I'm saying?
bro. I get you, but we're talking about. I'm saying that these people that are making this wealth to be able to build debt. In order to build debt, you gotta have money. You gotta have something to in order to keep building debt. You get what I mean? They're not just giving it to Joe Blow who never even started debt. He never even had nothing. We're talking about people who had jobs, who have gotten jobs. Like I got multiple aunties who have the highest debt, but these women keep good jobs. They keep money coming in. They keep something for them to even get debt started. You get what I mean? They like you gotta have something to
Well,
have
if you
get
got a
money.
job, if you got a job and you make more than 2,000 a
Thank
month
you.
or
Thank
1,500 a
you.
month, Capital
Yes,
One's going to
sir.
give you a credit
Yeah,
card.
but they're not only that.
Exactly.
Is it the system also throwing us under the bus? They
So
exploiting
hold
us
on,
and
hold
then
on.
throwing
So,
us under the bus.
wait,
Mhm.
wait. When Todd said about the government assistance,
Mhm.
right? And we just mentioned right now that those people got to be making a quarter, like maybe $2,000. You can be making $2,000 to $2,500 a month on your check, having a job. Then Capital One to give you a fucking card, right? But the people who don't have jobs, who got government assistance, they can't report that shit and try to go get a Capital One card. They can't. Go look at them stupid. Fool, you make government assist. You know what I mean? Like it's just that's what I'm saying. Like the ones that have that debt are people who have jobs, who are making money, who are actually, you know what I mean, paying their own bills. So like Miss Leanne was saying, I pay my own bills, I do my own thing, I blah 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 blah. And I'm like, yes,
So
you're right. I can understand why there'll be some debt accumulated because you're right. It does cost to be a woman in this world because we have a lot of essential things that we need. And if I can't get it and I'm not making the wealth, then I got to go open up a credit card to be able to build that. And my thing is don't do that because you're contributing to the problem. Don't open up a credit card. It's just because you think you need it. And a lot of times we don't need the stuff that we think we need. We don't need it. A lot of times women don't need half the shit that they need. Bro,
You
I'm
know
telling
what?
you.
You know what? You know what? What you're saying, I see it in that perspective, meaning like it's a once again, like I say, equal equality a tool. Once again, that credit is a tool. You just have to like you said, you have to have something to start with. So in the beginning, what do most people do? Like what we do, well, I don't know if everybody does it, but like what any of my children, once they turn 18, as soon as you turn 18, you're gonna open your bank account. And in the most banks, because you open a bank account and they may give you a student account or they may give you a regular one, they want to start you off with an account, a credit card. And I let them know, get you a even if it's one credit card, no more than $500, just to build credit, because ain't nobody gonna mess with you unless you have something.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you guys. I'm not saying that what I'm saying is, even though I know and I can feel and I can think that women are better than, I mean, men are better than women at most things, right? I'm not saying when it comes to nurturing a child that men are better. That's something we may
Mhm.
have to learn. Innate, it's an innate ability. We have to learn that, right? We have to turn on our feminine card to be able to nurture a child, right? And I get that. But when that child gets of a certain age, you want that child to go off to their dad to learn some structure, discipline, and how to grow throughout life. And I understand, ladies, sometimes man, you get with this guy, he's a fuck nigga. Like, I don't know why I got with him. He's stupid. Well, that's not my decision. That's your decision that you made to have that man's child, right? You
Mhm.
had that man's child. He didn't have yours. You
Mhm.
had his child. He laid the seed inside of a dead womb. Your womb is dead. That's why you bleed every month. It's a dead womb until life is put inside of it. And when life is starting to grow, there's no deadness coming out because life is growing. That's why your stomach blows up. That's called a womb. But the whole point is that men are into the scene, and women are into the things. That's why you guys like trinkets and golds and all type of little sparkly shit like that. You guys will spend out on that shit all day. But a man is into the scene. Like, how big is the yacht? How big is the land that I'm about to purchase? Or I could build this on it, this on it. Meanwhile, wife is thinking about how she's going to decorate the land, right? You know what I mean? What she going to put on the land. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's those aspects of just kind of seeing, what we're great at and what we're not great at. And
Mhm.
do I feel women should join the workforce? No, I don't think women should have joined the workforce. I think what they've done, that's leveled the playing field, and now a man got to work 2 times harder to even make up for a family to feed for. Back then, a man could go to work and get paid $14, $30 an hour and feed a whole family of 4. But nowadays, to every job, there's 5 women. To every man, there's 5 women at the job. So it's like, damn, how you gonna beat that? That's crazy. But I'm just trying to help the ladies, like, kind of see that, you know what I mean? Like, even though we want to look at kind of like your brand. This is the lady, women. This is your brand, Miss Leanne. This is your brand, right? You have a company. You run a store. The store not gonna open until you open it up, right? So it's a brand, right? And if you with a sucker, I ain't gonna say it like that. Cause you know what I mean, I ain't trying to prove it like that. I ain't that type of dude, Miss Leanne. I ain't trying to be that gruesome. But if you with a guy that you don't feel like is up to par on your level, you know what I mean? It's time to take your beautiful self and you know what I mean, and try to go for something different. You know what I mean? Look at life a little bit different. That's why you got to come to the tribe, Miss Leanne. You got to come really fuck with the tribe, Miss Leanne. We fucks with you. You know what I mean? Like, we love you. It's just that, what I mean, I just try to give people a new perspective to see if I can help them kind of see life in a different way. And all the narratives, I tend to break all the bad negative narratives. Like, men, like, our men are bad. Well, all men are very innately, they're polygamous. All men is innate polygamous. Women are monogamous. A woman don't want to have sex with 10 dicks, but a dude to have sex with 10 pussies. It's a total different.
That's just how we're wired.
It's just, thank you. It's how we're wired.
But you
And
know what? You don't have to stay wired that way. Nothing against it, and
no, no,
not
no, no.
You
nothing
don't have
for it.
to
Absolutely.
stay
But I'm
wired
just
that
saying,
way.
once
How you
again,
gonna tell a dog? How you gonna
but
tell a dog?
once again, that conditioning, like people say it so much, like it's okay, like, oh yeah, yeah, that's just men. Men just are always going to be that way. They always going to
It's
cheat. Okay,
true.
so then they're going to, because you keep professing it.
No, it's
Mhm.
true. No, it's true. Man can. It's so true, Miss Riri. A man
We're,
look.
we don't get
I'm getting so
emotionally
facts.
attached
My
over
wife, my
sexual.
wife be like, you trying to go? You want to go again? I'm like, yeah, let's go. Right? I'm like trying to go 5, 6 times. You get what I mean? She can like, you know what I mean? They're like, okay, all right, cool, let's go. Right? Because me, like men, we don't look at it the same way. The way we deal with sex is not the way you guys deal with sex.
Oh, absolutely not. Sex is like a
Right.
handshake for y'all.
You get what I mean? It's like a handshake with a hand
Well,
job. You
it
know?
comes back, that goes back to survival of a
Exactly.
species.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's more of a primordial instinct on men's part more than
Yep.
it is something we want to do. Like, I got a
Yep.
wife, I've been monogamous with her, what I mean, for 23 years. But,
Mhm.
I mean, I understand that that's not part of nature necessarily, but
Facts. Come on, preach, Todd.
but
Tell him,
like
Todd.
like you said, I choose not to do that. You know what I mean? It's
Hmm.
also a choice on our part.
Hmm.
Right. I
So
agree. I
And is
agree.
it hard, Todd? Is it hard?
I will tell you this. I do. I mean, I'm not, because I'm not like the best looking dude on earth or nothing like that. I'm not, like a model or nothing like that. But, I make a good amount of money, and a lot of single moms like to throw themselves at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because they know,
Todd, get it.
because of the type of job I do.
But Todd,
So,
there's a lot of girls out here there's a lot of women that love big guys. So don't ever let that slide you.
oh no,
I
no,
got a
no, no, no,
homie
no, no,
right
no, no,
now.
no,
I
no,
got a
no.
homie right
Trust me,
now.
trust me. Listen.
He said weight is no problem.
No, it's all in how your
Makes
attitude.
the pipe heavier.
It's your attitude. Like, I may not look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but mentally I walk into a room like Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I
You get
mean?
what
Right,
I mean?
right.
That's
Confidence,
right, Todd.
Yeah,
confidence.
That's right.
yeah,
That's
Talk
right.
your
yeah,
shit.
Yes. High
yeah,
Talk
five.
your
That's right.
shit.
Confidence.
yeah,
Confidence is so sexy.
yeah. I don't care. I don't care what you think of me necessarily. I'm just coming in. I'm being me, and if that's attractive to you, that's attractive to you. But it's
Right.
not something I go looking for either. So I think that's also part of the appeal. Is it's not like I just don't care. You know
And
what I mean?
a lot of men, not you. So a lot of
Hmm.
men, some men get caught in that, and it's so sad, and they don't have
Hmm.
to. And
Right.
growing up, ever since I was like in high school, I always went for the underdog. You know, the dude
Hmm.
that they laughed at, or he looked different, or he ugly, or whatever. I'm like, yeah, but if you sit down and talk to him, he's so smart and he's
Hmm.
so funny. And I'm going to the movies with him. You keep laughing at him while I'm
Right.
spending time with this great guy, while that fine ass nigga done duped you and your friend and everybody else, and you
Right.
crying.
Right.
Facts.
Yeah. Big
Facts.
facts. Yep.
We definitely would like Todd nailed it for me. Like honestly, you know, you gotta have confidence, you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
my boy is a big guy. He a big guy, and this motherfucker he be like, I mean, me, I kind of consider myself pretty athletic. I
Hmm.
think I have a pretty okay bod. And this dude is 4 times bigger than me. And I mean, he gets more females
Hmm.
than the average skinny nigga, like honestly. And
Yeah.
so all that, so it
Yeah.
really goes back to what he was saying, confidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's in our innate ability, Miss Leanne, to have multiple vaginas. Like we actually like that shit. But I can understand how women don't. They like, no,
Hmm.
you are mine because of Western society. But women in other countries would be like, it's a guy. You get it. You know what I mean, it's
Hey,
just who they are.
hey,
Why
Biz.
would you try to?
Biz. Multiple Ginas brought to you by
Yeah.
Captain Morgan's private stock. All right.
I think
But
I
that,
think I
Product
think
plugs.
overall, morally, everything, I value everything everybody said, and everybody had valid points. This was good.
Right.
And Leanne, a lot of things you said was so good, and y'all going back, that's Biz. I say troublemaker, but he's throwing them things out there. Just all it is to turn the light on and make somebody think, because even though you
yep,
might be good, somebody else
yep,
listening might be like, oh snap,
yep,
okay, I didn't even think about that. And I think
mhm,
that's the
Absolutely.
wonderful thing about the way the tribe does it. And I just think at the end of the day, it don't matter what nail polish, whatever you do, that's your business.
Right.
Just as long as you're not over here messing with me and mine, you handle your business. I gotta handle my business, take my walk. But I think well overall what would be great is just everybody just respected the fact that everybody's alive and everybody's their own person and everybody's different.
Yeah, but right, but we still gonna have people are always gonna have a way to like try to find something
Of
and
course,
like
because it is
Right.
right,
it
and
is up
that's
to
the
your
whole
right.
thing with the and I don't mean to go like hark on this too much because I know they're bound to go right now. But I just know that when you're building a brand and you're maneuvering your brand, if I came out with some fingernail polish, I think the tribe would be like, "Biz, what the fuck is up?" Like, you get what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's just the fact that
there's only two ways you can go with that. You either got to come in the game with that, or you got to be as
you
big as Drake to do that.
like,
Yeah.
You
I
know what I
mean,
mean?
but like, don't come in and like, don't be big as Drake like 10 years later, and now you want to wear a dress and then say, "Oh, it was just for
Oh
fun."
no,
Like, no,
yeah, that ain't
But
cats
then
are gonna
again,
look
but then
at
lifestyle.
you.
again, but then
Cats are
again,
gonna
you got
look
to be
at you like,
fair. You got to be
huh?
fair. Some people, then again, you got to be fair. Some people might just decide to try some shit after 10 years. That's a
I
part of
get it.
life, growing.
Well, okay. Let me not sound like too much of a fucking bigot here. Okay, what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, what I'm saying is, for Drake to do that lets me know that he's expanding his brand into a different
Mhm.
audience, or he's
Mhm.
trying to appeal to a different audience, right? And no
Right.
one's saying that's anything wrong. I could joke all day, be like, "Yeah, that's gay," blah blah blah, but it doesn't mean he's gay. It does not
Right.
mean he's gay just because he has fingernail polish. It
Right.
does not, right?
Right.
And the only reason why I validate that because being a musician, not a artist, being a musician, you see this in a lot of musicians who are rock musicians, rock artists, indie artists, right? You see it a lot in that realm. So those guys were very, very straight, heterosexual as fuck. So it's not like those having fingernails polish make you gay. What I'm saying is you appeal to a certain audience, and yes, your fans may trip out, but who is the audience you're trying to appeal to? What are you saying?
Mhm.
Right.
You know,
And I say
when
kudos
you
to
do
them.
it, like when Drake do it, it's a statement,
Mhm.
right? It's like, oh, I don't give a fuck what he said about us because Drake don't care about us. You right, Ty, he doesn't. But
Yep.
it's a statement that he's putting out in front of our kids' eyes. And one of these kids in high school or college is going to come across this video and they're going to hear this perspective.
Mhm.
And Todd, I don't
Yes, sir.
know I don't know how many people have gone across our podcast or came across the West Coast Heavy podcast. I've had more than 10. I've had more than 10 people on my, but
Mhm.
have came to this podcast and said, like, you know what? Hearing you guys talk or coming across the network, I'm able to get a new perspective on life, right? Just kind of see things differently.
Mhm.
Even though it's a very uncomfortable conversation that you guys have, but I'm able to see it differently. It makes me want to have the conversation at my mom's table, at my family reunion, right?
Mhm.
That's what it sees, and it says. So, I mean, like, I'm thankful to have a platform like this so that people can be able to have a conversation like this so it can get out to the masses and be able to throw a different ear, right? If we have no
Right.
conscious thought, then we're doomed to fail for whatever the fucking people is trying to, whatever society is trying to give us. And when I say
Mhm.
society, I don't mean the people, I mean the powers that be. You know
Mhm.
what I mean?
Right. Right.
And I don't want to hold anybody back. I don't want to hold anybody back. I just want to prepare people to
Well,
think more intuitively. Miss
Mhm.
well,
Leanne, I love
right.
your heart, Miss Leanne. I know your heart come in the right place. So I'm not coming at you at all wrong. I hope we did you well on the network. I hope you had a good time here, and I don't want to like, what I mean, like I'm not going back there anymore. Those guys. But I definitely appreciate you being here. You know what I mean? I appreciate you sticking in there and stepping up. And I would love for you to come on the other nights when we're having podcast talks. I love you, throughout the week. And then maybe you can chime in with us a lot more often. So, but thank you so much, Miss Leanne. Appreciate you being here. Um,
Much
uh,
respect.
she
Yep.
probably
Yep.
left. You there, Miss
That
Leanne?
was right.
No. Okay.
I called for her not too long ago too. And I was gonna say, and you know what? All of this has been mainly the topic of the conversation. No matter where we get off at, we go back to Drake. Kudos to his team. If they made this up for a stunt for this, they were successful because folks is talking about it. They
Right.
they said you want people to keep your name in their mouth. Take this picture with this nail polish.
Right. Right.
So,
So
Mr. Todd Smith, I'm gonna let you take
yeah,
us out of here, man.
yeah, we gotta get out of here. We're going on 4 hours. So
This was
you know,
good.
this whole thing was to do with artist development, right? So what we did was we took two situations. One of them jumped off a little bit more than the other, but we're showing artists how the smallest thing is finger paint can turn into something different. It could give you, people are going to think different things about you because of how you market yourself, how you brand yourself, and to be conscious of that, you know, because not everybody's Drake. Not everybody can recover for something like this. Not, you know what I mean? Uh, so, so at the end of the day, we had a healthy conversation about that and other things on this podcast today that came from this. And, you know, we much love, much appreciation. Thanks to Biz and the Biz Network, all the people that came on and had chopped it up with us. For Jay Adams, man, I'm out. Have a good night.